And we are live once again with another episode of The Jumping Junipers, playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight. When we last left them, they had departed from Greyhawk Mine, headed back to the Marble Clan to hand in their quest, and they managed to unveil the statue of Zaelong and inspire the entire clan to team up and rejoin the other clans, and work began on your new carnival. Plenty of plans were put in place for different activities, and news spread quickly, and eventually the Granite clan showed up. Did a little arm wrestle to see who could do the first act, and now the Granite games are now incorporated into your actual carnival itself. And then whilst that was going on, you decided to head out towards the Fey Beacons, and there was this huge lake surrounded by these 200-foot tall columns of rock. There were 8 braziers on each. A strange elf was trying to light them to get back home. A prince of his kingdom. This is Aligarthas, and he was being harried by the Peritons. And he managed to distract them momentarily, and then realized that they were actually quite adept at acting and doing pantomime. And Baird was doing accompanying music, and noticed when you went to applaud them, they seemed to take several bows, which gave again the elf and Jack to go around more time and light these braziers. And then Vaike called out for an encore, and they began a new play, the Black Swan Lake. And as one of them went out into the lake itself, disaster suddenly struck as another manifestation of Notus's emotions rose up. This one, seemingly just wanting to have some fun, was just a playful, trickster-like spirit, but it quickly got out of hand as they were nearly drowning people. Thankfully, Garreth had put water breathing on everyone before the day, so that really wasn't a threat. Just the lightning and constant bludgeoning that Ulric got was really the only danger. But yeah, you managed to shrink it down as you were beating it back. Then command it to return to Notus. I think Notus literally swallowed the elemental in the end after delivering the final blow. And yeah, you suddenly, for the first time, feel joy. You feel fun, and immediately we saw Notus's kind of true self shining through. And I think we ended on that little bit of laughter before the elf decided to start returning home, and he offered some repayment. And you asked him if he had been to Motherhorn, and indeed he had spent many years here after being tricked by the hag. And apparently he had foreseen his own... the hag had foreseen his death, and that there was an alternate reality where he would survive against a dragon attack. But in the time he spent at Motherhorn, he had seen performances. One said performance involved a main lead who looked just like Baird, or at least the outline of them, because Baird still looks very shadowy. So when asked who their name was, he said that they introduced themselves with music, and that they were called Light. And on that bombshell is where we ended the session. Baird, you tried to get away. Vaike caught up to you. And yeah, you can feel free to roleplay that out.
Oh, geez, just right into it.
Yeah.
Is this not you? Are you Light?
You were looking over the loot as well, weren't you? You found the inscription.
Yep.
Where it's like an L.
Yeah, it's an L. It's the only thing that's missing.
Yeah. It's you see as Baird stammers, you see a quiver in the way they're reacting, both to the information that there's someone using the name in Motherhorn, and to you just like approaching in this moment at the speed you did. You literally have his loot that he's got like gripped in his hands as he is as you sort of just like point this out, and he is looking back and forth, and you see that there is an extreme amount of panic in their eyes as they try to respond to your question, and I haven't heard anyone use that name in 8 years.
So that's your name, Light. So no more bird. I gotta get a new tattoo. Does the name make me think of anything now that I've heard it? Does that like jog my memory?
Yes. Because it does feel like it's not necessarily a name of a person, but rather something else. When you hear it, when you hear the word, you start to think of the start of a song. But it's only really the very start.
So it's your first name. You still gotta find your last name. Well, what an eventful day. We got Notus. Notus is happy. We got half of your name. We made a Zaelong statue. Got quite the things we've done today.
You see as they sort of just like grab the sort of vest that you have, and they almost crumple.
Oh. Catch you so you don't fall. Easy, partner. What's happening? What's going on? This is good news. Right, Ulric? This is good news, right?
He's sleeping? What the heck? Ulric, wake up.
I haven't heard anyone use that name in 8 years.
Come on, can any other Junipers help support this man? Please? I'm trying my hardest here.
Would you like us to continue using the name Bird, or would you like us to use Light from now on? It's up to you. If you're not ready for us to start calling you by the other name, then we'll continue to call you Bird.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we can stick with Bird for now until you can decide. Because you seem a little bit tense about it.
we can like ease into it, you know.
What's wrong with you, Ulric?
I'm tired.
Goodness gracious. Maybe we all need to sit down and take a short rest, you know?
Really soak in all the info.
Mhm.
Notice you would be able to tell that Baird is clearly like happy to hear Vaike say the name, but you would see an intense amount of trepidation and sort of fear at which, like, about talking about it.
I imagine that's why she kind of asks you which name you prefer us to use, because you seem a bit tense about it. So
Yeah.
she's just going to kind of come up and she's going to stick Bouffant in your face. It'll
I'll
be
also
fine.
add
You don't
that-
have to deal with it now. Take your time. It's not like we don't have any of it.
Now, I'll also add that, Notus, you've already intuited that Baird struggles to even be able to talk about it. When you last kind of asked them questions about it, there was this sort of stifling silence and an emotion of perhaps knowing frustration. And that seems to be another similar case here. You see that same emotion, the inability to be able to speak about it directly, which likely causes the stammering. Not just the
We have
overwhelming
time.
emotions.
We have time. We don't have to rush. I mean, you look kind of geeky at the moment, but that's what it is. It's a step in the right direction.
And look, if you're scared that we start saying it and then boom, the hags steal it again, that's not happening. We're not kids anymore. They can't. We got it back, fair and square. They're gonna have to kill me before they get that back.
That's really morbid.
What? That's the
Ulric's
truth.
over there dying, and you're talking about getting killed.
Ulric's fine. He's just being a big baby.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm
Because
just
he got
being a
beat up
big
by a
baby.
10-year-old.
Yeah.
I've seen Ulric take a lot worse than that. Whatever that water elemental was doing to him.
It's all right. I think everything will work out, right? I mean, we made good progress, and I mean, nothing's really changed. We're still gonna beat the hags and get all our stuff back. It'll all happen in due time.
Did we ever beat the hag?
Yeah.
Not really, I guess, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah,
I think.
when we put on our show and all three hags show up, it's the perfect opportunity to beat them all in the same location.
Oh,
No, you do not
No
want all
way.
3 of them at once. That's just stupid.
I don't think we want to do that.
You guys telling me you're scared? What's up? What's up? You're not ready?
It's not really fear. It's more so like I got a premonition of me getting turned inside out and dying.
It's called being realistic. 3 hags make a coven. Everybody knows that.
I didn't.
Baird
One,
will.
two,
Yeah, what-
three.
Well, there's a hole in your education.
Everyone knows that.
Hey, you know
Baird-
what can beat a 3 coven a hag with a coven with 3 hags?
8 junipers.
8 junipers.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you for believing, Garreth. Thank you for sharing my confidence.
Baird will speak up and go, I just don't want to risk being stolen from.
That's the
It's not a
least
good
of my
idea.
concern. We're not gonna get stolen from anymore.
In the Feywild, isn't that sort of like illegal?
Exactly.
Just, it's against the laws.
Baird will look at Notus and sort of like with sort of a knowing look say, "You should tell someone that every night."
Is someone stealing from me?
Yeah.
Or one of you guys
someone's
stealing from me while I'm sleeping?
I'm not.
Oh, you mean our memories?
No, I'm not stealing.
Hmm.
Oh, but that's. Didn't she like start doing that like on the material plane? So even though we came here, it's like technically still.
Yeah, but they still, when they were on the material plane, this is the Feywild. This is where that law counts.
Yeah, but it's like different like jurisdiction. Since like it started in the material plane, even though it was carried over to the Feywild, it's still originally from the material plane.
Yeah, but like because we've got it back now, it belongs. So
Exactly.
taking
So
it
if they
again
try to
is
steal it,
stealing.
yeah, then they'd have to talk to me.
Juniper's
Uh-huh.
head does like a full 180. They look so dizzy and confused.
I think if we just try super hard to remember, I think it'll be okay. I guess there's only one way to find out, or we could just never sleep again, which I can't really do. But if someone else can, then
We do have someone in the party who doesn't sleep.
Hmm.
With quotations.
All this talk of you running your own carnival, though, seems to have the Periton's interest peaked. And they seem to be gesturing at you as if to say, go on, like,
Did you
sort of like,
Garreth,
show us.
Can you try to? Yeah, Garreth, can you try to like remove their curse?
I can try.
Mhm.
Do we want to try to cure them all?
Yeah, I would. I mean, that would be kind of
That's
messed up.
gonna
If we only-
take a long time.
I mean, we kind of got time. We don't got any deadlines right now. They're working on building the audits to the stage, so
We kind of need to wait around anyway, don't we?
yeah.
Mhm.
This one. Do I have?
You're just
Yes.
picking one at random. Just picking one at
Whichever one
random.
would step up first, I think, would be.
Maybe this one. This is
I'm
the one that
going
was
random.
This is the one that was drowning that I pulled out of the water.
It's up to you.
The first one was a
Garreth.
random hit.
Just a random? Okay. So you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
try
me a...
this one. Just random.
You're just gonna give me a D8 then?
You want a D8?
Mm-hmm. 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck. It's the one I don't have a token for. Are you fucking kidding me? Damn it. It's the one I didn't have. I like prepared
on
7
you.
other tokens. God. Damn it.
Yeah, I prepared the tokens. I'll give it alternative D8.
No.
roll.
Fuck the same.
I
Okay.
didn't get 5. I didn't get a 5.
7.
1D.
Oh, okay. We'll take a 7.
5. Is that how it works?
No, we'll do the 7. That's fine. And that's kind of funny. All right. So, and it's definitely a 7. All right. The other one seems to back away from you. And instead, another one sort of steps forward. And yeah, you begin to weave your curse-ridding magic. And this Greyhawk mama's form slowly begins to shift, and you see the feathers. Well, they turn into arms. The head turns into a humanoid, and they continue, however, to kind of flicks out their wings, and they still seem to have like feathery arms, and you can see where their feet should be are these sharp like talons. They look kind of like half stuck between the periton form and half humanoid. And they look at you, and in a human voice, they squawk. They're like, "Caw! Caw!" Like they actually sound exactly like that. That's not me doing a bad imitation. That's what they say. They say "caw."
Bear will clap.
Wait, they say call?
Yes,
Or
they say "caw!
call.
Caw!"
Hello.
And then they start kind of nuzzling at you and pecking you in a friendly kind of intimate manner to try and say perhaps thank you. And they're like, "Ah."
Do the others have a reaction to this?
Yes, they're rolling their eyes.
Oh.
One of them shakes
And now
their
we
head.
wait another hour.
Another one face palms with their feathers to their face.
Oh.
Nonetheless, they seem incredibly thankful.
Uh,
And they take a bow to everyone and introduce themselves,
Yep.
perhaps. But in doing so, all they say is, "Ka, tha, sa, tha, sa."
Catharsis?
Aw.
Ka, tha, sa.
How's his performance?
Yeah, let's
Wow.
try and find out. Yeah, let's have a look. I'll roll a d20. They really
Hey!
feel like they are indeed still like a periton. They've got all the same mannerisms as before. They like tuck their wings in. They kind of like flap their wings. They're still on the ground, but they run up the stairs and they sort of perch on one of the higher rocks, much like the art you can see as you're hovering. And they kind of start pruning their feathers slightly with their beak. I mean nose. They're making all the same kind of sounds. They look towards Juniper as well and let out a squawk. But yeah, you can have a short rest. Yeah, perfect. All right, you can have a short rest at this point, seeing as you spend some time here.
Technically, we're gonna have a few short rests here, but
But you get 2
Sweet.
spell slots back there, Garreth.
Mhm. Who wants next?
You can roll a d8 again, because several of them approach. This time they seem much more eager and surprised. But now, yeah, like good portion of them. Oh my god, please no. Not with the 5. Anything but 5.
Oh, that doesn't work.
2. All right, perfect. Okay. This one steps forward, and the antlers, as you begin to decurse them, suddenly form into horns, and the long tail feathers turn into a long spiky tail, and their kind of dark color palette is instead replaced with a beautiful white dress. And you see them say, "Oh, goodness, thank you. I mean, my appreciation."
we're from the material.
Oh, as are we. Although it's been some time since we've returned there. My name is Mortia. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is ours. We hear you're quite the well-known group.
That we were. Unfortunately, we might have got a bit too big for our boots. That damnable hag turned us into these monsters. Some of us liked the new form, however. They really got into character. Car! Oh, please, Carthasar, drop the act already. Oh, he's a method actor, I'm afraid.
I think he's cute.
He like blushes and brings up his little feathery wing to his face to cover his mouth. Well, these are the rest of my kin. They are a colourful bunch. I was the lead female, and Archilus was the lead male. She gestures towards the next Greyhawk mama next to her. That is
number one in the row.
That's Verna. They point, and then Thornelia, Gorgonel, and there's how do you pronounce this? It's Maud Flower something. Hold on.
Maud Flower.
Yes.
Maud Flower.
Mm-hmm. He's the cranky-looking one. Yes. And the one that seems to be avoiding your magic is the matriarchal female. She's a little bit wary of magic since this is what turned us into these things in the first place. But I assure you, Angara is quite kind. She's been protective of us ever since we turned into these things.
It makes sense.
Moldoa. Sorry, it's not Moldflower, it's Moldoa. But anyway, if you have any more magic that might help, you can...
It would take time, but Garreth here is... What is it now, Garreth? You're Zabilna's nephew? Cousin?
It's a long story.
No wonder you're able to undo the hag's magic, then. Will this be permanent?
He makes a habit of it.
It might be, it might not be.
It depends on if the hag took anything from you all.
It really depends on the nature of the curse.
That's a question. They think to themselves, Well, we performed pantomime shows for them for many years. But no, I can't think of anything they have of us. Not like physical, do you mean?
Physical, metaphysical.
An agreement, a bargain?
No. We didn't really make a bargain. We worked for her, though, as acts in her theatre.
Well, we are the Jumping Junipers. Up-and-comers, in a manner of speaking.
Oh, yes. You're actors too, I think I overheard. You're running a carnival?
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to see a demonstration. Since we put on a little show for you, perhaps whilst you're Perhaps whilst you're waiting for your friend here to replenish his magic, you could put on a little show for us.
Wait, I've got. Who's the third one?
Oh, yeah, you can choose whichever one you want now. They've kind of been introduced. You can heal the matriarchal lead,
They
or
were-
you can the
The matriarchal
male
lead
lead.
didn't want to
There's
go.
there's a matriarchal
Okay.
dame. Sorry, she seems to be a little bit weary, but there's still
May just take her some time to warm up.
you can pick Verna,
I can.
Moldoa, the old timer. Thornelia's a minstrel. Gorgonal is a jester. You just tell me which one you want to do. 'Cause
The leading male, Archelaus.
Archelaus, okay. Yep.
Archelaus.
Mm-hmm. When he appears, you see dark-skinned, tall man with curly black hair, finely dressed, and he seems to be a bit more discerning as he appears in humanoid form. He kind of looks at you all. Puts one hand on his hip. And you can hear the kind of jangle of gold bracelets. Up and coming actors, eh?
I can promise you that I am quite proficient at it. I have to do it every day. But when does acting ever really stop?
Well, as Mortia says, we'd be willing to perhaps witness your opening act or the main event. Perhaps a rehearsal. We could critique it.
Sadly, our act is currently being written. We're trying to send invitations to the rest of Prismere.
Hmm.
Do you want to
But
hear
for
the
that, we,
story before it's even ready?
I just wanted to see what you are capable of.
I'll do a handstand push up.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
I'm sure I could cook up something fairly basic as a place to start, and Brad will sort of sit down and begin to play. Well, our stories begin as many do.
Oh, before we get into that, your handstand is. He looks at your handstand over and. Well, it's certainly a handstand. That much is true. But then he kind of like prods you on the back, and you start to like kind of wobble a bit. He says, "But the form could be better."
Have you ever done a handstand with 200-pound iron boots on?
He then looks down at the weights. Ah, well, you need to show that to the crowd. You need to represent that. It's all about showmanship. Let a volunteer come up, judge the weight of them, try to put them on themselves, and demonstrate the actual feat of strength. Build it up a little.
Nice pun.
He kind of grins and says, "You've got potential." As you were saying.
Baird was saying that they could cook up something fairly basic as a place to start, and they begin to play sort of a backing track as they speak, and they go, Well, it's a story as old as time, really. It begins on a path in the woods. A knight approaches daintily,
He looks
unsure
towards the
of
group
themselves.
to see which one of them are acting this out.
Yep. Are you gonna activate?
He kind of interrupts you, Bear, and says, "Just listening to a story won't captivate the audience. We need actors, pantomime."
All right.
We don't know
I'll
which one is
elbow.
gonna do the part yet.
I'll elbow Ulric to stand up with me.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna act out the story.
Wow, what are we doing though?
We'll just do what Bird says.
It's called
Okay.
improv. Mortia says, "Just go with it. You've got it. Just put yourself in a character's
knight-
shoes and listen to the words and directions and just do what you would in that situation." And you see Mortia kind of clapping her hands excitedly.
Mm-hmm.
Buffon will sort of hop on Juniper's head and like sort of following the lead of Baird, and will like move Juniper sort of off behind the this like slightly behind this like riff, like it's off stage.
Right.
A knight approaches through this wood, the path dangerous as he looks up to the tower where the princess waits.
I will look up towards the tower where the princess awaits.
Jack
Brushing
quickly flies
away
up.
vines.
He flies up to the top. It's my cue.
Squire, do you see that? Gesturing to Ulric.
Oh,
Knuckles
yes,
is
I
going,
do.
What am I
Gor-
What?
Don't worry, Gloltic actually like interrupts. Even if you were to say Ulrich, Gloltic like steps in and, "Oh yes, I do. My great knight."
Cue my composure. We must get to the top and rescue her. Quickly.
Oh, I am so lonely up here. I wish my knight would come and save me.
Hey, what the?
Is
Someone
what
stole
you
my
hear from
line.
Jack's mouth.
Yeah.
Garreth speaking through Jack.
Morty's like, "Oh, a pumpkin princess. Beautiful." Oculus just raises his eyebrow. And Gloltic's like, "Yes, let's leap to the top." And he starts springing forward with his high jumps.
Wait, there's a monster about. Don't be so eager.
And then Juniper will come out and strike down, quote unquote, strike down the squire.
Frog.
Like,
Yeah, sure.
but a beast,
They just
terrible and strong, guided by a malicious light.
the beast has
would
got me.
appear,
Oh, his mouth becomes
taking
muffled.
the knight's squire captive, much like the princess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unhand him, you beast. Your fight is with me.
Oh,
I'll
I
run
failed
after.
you.
Wait, Sir Knight, before you go, take this sword.
He had but a knight would always be in need of a great blade to slay such a beast.
What does
Hey.
Jack drop me?
I'll add to your character sheet. Use this to slay the foul beast. Where is it?
Archilus seems to lean towards Mortier in an approving manner and says, a hero desires a sword, and a sword desires truth.
A pristine blade, forged in ice in places far, given by the drow, Dritz der Uden, in a time of danger.
Oh, Dritz! Mortier's is suddenly excited and starts fangirling. Yeah.
You're handed
use-
the icing death that doesn't.
I will take icing death, and I'm just gonna mentally be like, Snickersnack, it's just for the play. I'm sorry. You know you're the only sword for me. This doesn't mean anything.
Roll a charisma saving throw, Vaike.
Sorry guys, I got a jealous sword.
It's alright, Snickersnack, you can be my friend.
Oh, jealous sword.
You cheater! But the night was scandalous.
Oh, fuck.
But the night was
I will say,
unfaithful.
nothing happens at first. Snickersnack just simply remains quiet, and you just kind of hear a like a humph. But then nothing happens as of right yet. They're waiting for their moment.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I will then thank you for the blade, milady. I shall use this to slay the beast. And I will run around and catch up to Juniper.
The director from the crowd. And Mortier's like, oh, it's all right. If it's for the material plane, it'll be fine. But we can edit that out. And then you chase up Juniper to the top.
Yeah.
Yep, and I will actually use this to enhance the Juniper's visuals to make Juniper appear more like a great dragon.
Oh my. Put me on the spot there. All right, sure. Bam.
And then Baird goes, the great beast had not only the princess but the squire in tow. When the hero arrived, it seemed bleak, his strength sapped by that which he could not see.
My strength is sapped. What evil magic is this?
You see Juniper lets out a squawking roar and a growl.
But the hero stayed true, set fast in his heart of hearts. His squire stealthily pointed out a gap in the scales of the beast, hidden underneath the left wing.
Archilus says, sounds like a similar trope to another act I've seen. Mortier's like, oh, just
All
enjoy
good
it.
stories have been all good stories have been told multiple
You'd
times.
rather want us to make the beast drunk before beheading it?
I said nothing.
I will advance forward, ducking the bite from Juniper and fake stabbing beneath the scales. The sword. If Snickersnack lets me.
Juniper doesn't. Juniper probably bats you away.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ. They don't know their own strength.
Just
or
hit
rather,
her.
you see Juniper really put some welly into this, and they flex again and like squawk. And you can't help but feel like this is a little bit of payback for
It's personal.
perhaps stealing the strength and becoming the strongest of the Junipers.
Mhm.
So you're like, boom, absolutely bodied. And
Yes, it's my
Jack,
turn.
Our hero
Yo.
fought.
Juniper, it's just an act. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna kill the guy. Achilles is like,
And
now
the blade
that,
strikes through.
now that looked real. Morty is like, I hope that's
Oh,
fake
yeah, no,
blood.
Vaike rolls with it. It is fake blood.
It is fake.
Fake
blood,
blood.
Yes.
It's fake
It is.
Fake blood.
blood. All right. Well, at that, Juniper does get hit, and they look down. And they're like, they kind of shrug. Gloltic's like, you're supposed to go down, Juniper.
Yeah, Juniper, you're supposed to play dead.
Roll me a persuasion check, Fake.
Oh, come on, Juniper. Okay.
Juniper's gonna sabotage this whole act.
Please. Oh, no.
No,
No,
I'll roll a
no,
wisdom
no,
save for him.
wait.
Okay.
Roll a wisdom save. No,
No,
Juniper
no,
refuses to go down.
Like I'll give Bardic
No.
Bardic inspiration to.
Oh, hey!
Vaike.
Okay, we're
Vaike.
good. We're good.
Are we good?
Hey,
We're good.
he is the
Okay.
tactical mind.
Yeah, it's time to combine. We're good.
Juniper lets out a huff and then is like, and then sort of steps aside, and then very kind of like obviously lays down, like defeated. But it wasn't like a convincing like, oh no, I'm dead. They don't ham it up. They just sort of look like they've clearly surrendered. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to the crowd. Like Juniper could easily take on the hero, but they're like, they flump to the floor. Their one eye is still open.
Would they have
Squire.
advantage with the major image?
I mean, it's a convincing looking costume, but no, it doesn't seem to be aiding in their performance of it. But Jax and Gloltic, they look joyous. They start cheering. Yeah, woo! You did it!
And so the hero would run down the steps, thinking, the adventure done. And as he ran, things felt colder. Until he found him yet again. On a path in the woods.
Huh?
There's always another monster for a hero to defeat. A story cannot simply end. As stories go forever, do they not? And sort of leaving on that mystery, Baird will look towards the.
Mortier looks around towards Notus and Ulric. Like, what about those two? You've got to get everyone involved.
Of course. It's
toad
more
lets
in
out
the
a-
sense that this is on the fly. I didn't think we were expecting to meet fellow actors so quickly.
This just gotta you guys kind of put us on the spot here. Like this guy's supposed to be on point at Ulric. He's supposed to be the monster, and we're supposed to have a fight.
Yeah, I mean, if we had prep time and if we knew this was happening, it totally would have been way better. But kind of on the spot.
Well, I would still
I'll
like to
hand your
see
sword back to Jack.
what Ulric and Notus are capable of. In their acting skills.
Would you like to notice? You have your tightrope performance. You could try something like that.
No, I
I
think
could do that.
Ulric might be a more convincing monster. No offense to Juniper. They weren't taking the
Oh,
directions.
thank you.
I'll move my major image over to Ulric to make him look like a real tyrant.
He already looks like one.
No,
I'll hide
not
his
really with the
clown
clown makeup. Yeah.
I use major image to hide your clown makeup.
Mm,
Can you just take that clown makeup off already?
No, I don't think I physically can.
Sure you can. Yeah, just use it.
No.
No.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So, have you got enough rope to set up a tight walk? You could tie two together and
Yeah, I could.
much.
put it between the two.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got
beacons.
50 feet.
I have
I've got another 50 feet. If we've got a third 50 feet, then we are set.
we have another we have
There
100
you
feet
go.
in the bag of hold in the portable hole.
There you go. So
Nice.
Jack will fly up and tie the ropes between the two beacons, and you've got a 200 feet zip line or tightrope that you can use. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check if you want. Wait, Notus.
Mhm. I'm gonna do it so I'm like, okay, Ulric, you're the bad guy in this scenario. I'm trying to get across to the other side of this massive cavern, right? Like the floor is lava, and you're this great huge beast, and I want you literally to try and knock me off.
Oh, okay.
How exciting is that?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna stand below Notus in case I need to catch her.
You won't need to catch me, but fine.
Needs to catch her.
Hey,
Okay.
better safe than sorry, okay?
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're raging?
Oh, my God. I was like, what was that noise?
That's you.
Yeah, I'm gonna rage.
You're gonna rage?
100.
Yeah,
no,
Rage,
this-
yeah.
I'm a monster. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to knock you off. 64.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see
hope
what
Nice
it's
that is.
randomly for me.
Oh my God, there's no way. Is it real?
Yes.
Wait. Oh no. Okay, no. So for the next minute, any flammable, non-magical object I touch that isn't being worn or carried bursts into flames and takes 1d4 fire damage.
You're
you
gonna
got
run the
it.
rope!
So I'm gonna.
Amazing.
Well, I did say the floor is lava.
You
Oh,
did.
God.
You're the floor. You're literally setting the ground on fire around you, Ulric.
Can I use Gust as I'm doing this to try and stop the fire from hitting the rope?
Yeah.
Can
Sure.
we?
I'm trying to fight the monster, so I'm making it look like I'm throwing, like, I don't know, air balls at him.
You can shoot
Absolutely.
arrows at me if you want to.
I'm focusing on the rope not burning, Ulric.
Which, by the looks, by the way, a 12 on acrobatics, that's not gonna be very good. The wobbly
Oh, I know
sensation.
that.
I think
I was
Ulric's
not expecting
roar-
him to set the rope on fire, okay?
Yeah,
I can give
that
Bardic.
was
You could use tactical shift. You could add more to that.
a tactical
That
mind.
is
You
true.
can, if you have
Yeah.
it.
I can.
You can.
All right, go
If I can
ahead.
find it on my sheet. Where is it?
Yeah, Ulric's
is it?
presence is really something when he's like in the moment. The visual effects from the fire as well, which Morty is like, ooh, stage effects. But you know that's real fire. Okay, so that bumps that up to a 17. All right, you maintain balance, correct your set position, and begin to make your way across.
I'll move
and the
my major
fans-
image off of Juniper, and I'll like duplicate Ulric. So there's 3 Ulrics with fire.
3 of them now.
Like just like. Oh. So there's just multiple like threats coming at it, and or maybe there's a flying monster that's going past Notus, but it's obviously an illusion. But
Puny adventurer.
Oh my god. That is super convincing. Give me
My belly.
an intimidation.
Because Ulric eats everything, and it's like I feel this is a real threat.
Yeah. Give me an intimidation check with advantage because you're raging plus strength. It's insane. So it'd be plus. Let's check. Instead of +1, it'd be +4. So
18.
yeah, like an 18. Oh, and then you make it a 21, more like. Damn, yeah. You see, even Achilles is suddenly like shook in their seat, with, like eyes wide, and then goosebumps over them. Now that is acting. And Morty is like, "Whoa!" Like gets jump scared. Really is a monster. And yeah, 3 of them appear. All these kind of molten minotaurs start trying to reach up towards Notus. The fanning flames are pushed away as you manage to gust yourself across.
I'll like look to like everyone watching, and I'll let Notus kind of walk by a bit more, and instead of like swatting at her, I'll like look at everyone else and like kind of claw in their direction.
yeah, let the illusions do the clawing at Notus instead, so that it's
Yeah.
Mischief. It's so convincing that even Mischief thinks that Notus is in danger, and comes in and like goes to bite and swallow one of the illusions.
Normal speed.
They end up passing right through it. They look confused afterwards.
How high up am I, by the way?
200 feet.
Nice.
Give me another acrobatics check, Notus, to make it through the other half.
Sure.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no, I'm using the inspiration I've been holding on to. Re-roll that one.
You really just for the rehearsal?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
I don't
okay.
want to climb at 200 feet.
You've got Featherfall.
You got Featherfall. But still.
That's up to you if you wanna.
Yeah, but what kind of a...
Sorry. Because you could play into it and be like, this is a tragic, terrible end, but you're actually going to be unharmed. But it's up to you. If you think a Notus would persevere
I don't want a tragic
in the
terrible
rehearsal.
end. No one likes those.
Well, okay, all right. You wouldn't have to die, but it's up to you.
I'm trying to think of what else I can do. But like
It's
falling
either
is not
reroll. It's either
I
reroll or
wanna go.
Featherfall. Let's be real.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Vaike could try and catch you, but you might take some bludgeoning damage from that height. But that one, you are finding suddenly your balance gives way.
I'm thinking just for flair. I'm going to let myself fall,
Ooh.
casting Featherfall to slow myself, and then casting Levitate to push myself back up.
Oh, that's
Just as
it.
I'm kind of getting low down.
That's
like
the
you're
one.
wobbling and you fall, and then
Everyone's like, there's a gasp.
I'm going to pull a
gasp.
Superman.
Yes, everyone's like gasping from the audience, like,
and our
my.
hero nearly falls into the darkness, unable to save themselves. But at the final moment, They catch the rope with one hand and pull themselves back above the hellish minotaurs below.
That's the
And then I'm
moment you want.
gonna air quotes walk back to where like Ulric is. And then I'm gonna pull out the bow and I'm gonna start shooting at the Ulrics.
Whilst
illusions, yeah.
levitating. Yeah. You can pop them one by one if you want. Just roll an attack.
Yeah, they fall when they would get hit with an arrow. The arrow flies through and hits the ground, but the illusionary arrow will stick into them as it go and like fall to the ground and melt into like the scenery.
Nice. Yeah, that's some hits. Mischief still going for the wrong one.
Ow, dude. Oh.
Goodness. Why have they got advantage? Oh yeah, because they should be like mounted.
I don't know.
It's still a Jesus. All right, that's enough hits for Ulric to say if you want to play dead or something.
Yeah, like an arrow's gonna go kind of like into my chest and just.
Oh god.
He's gonna like fall down and just kind of just.
As he falls, you see a small grey pseudopod reach out and dissolves the arrow tips. You're not getting them back.
That's fair.
Little snacky. You see Notus victorious, reaches the end, and Mortia is cheering at the top of her lungs, like, well, yeah. Carthasar is flying over and letting out, like, flapping wings and screeches. Caw, caw, caw! Encore, caw!
Call.
Averd will hold out their hand like up to Notus at the top of the tower, since you still have feather fall on you, just holding out your hand or levitate so that just you can like come down and meet the come down back to everyone else in a way that is clean with the performance.
It's fine. I kind of want to just walk backwards and forwards along the tightrope, just playing about.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna do like drop down, do a few somersaults, and have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're levitating for like the length of time, you can basically fly again. Any times you would slip, you just catch yourself and levitate and fly back up, somersault back onto the rope. And Morty is like, oh, amazing! You're so athletic and acrobatic, and you've got powers to boot. You're like a superhero. And whereas Archilus is much more critical and says, there's a bit of a plot hole. If you could levitate the whole time, why didn't you just use that instead of the tightrope?
Because it takes the right moment to reveal the powers of the hero. If you know the hero's whole capabilities from the beginning, well, that's a boring story.
Fair enough. I see your point.
Besides, some heroes only unlock their true potential when they're in the middle of combat.
Yeah, Archilus, stop being such a spoilsport. I'm just critiquing. I'm still impressed nonetheless. Especially with your monster. Most convincing. And Carthasar kind of comes over.
Ulric, you alright?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine.
Now I'll drop down.
That was pretty yummy.
And
Carthasar
you're on
gets close.
fire. Ah, damn it.
Like it's realizing it's actual real fire. They start to learn fan their wings.
We'll probably just have Jack untie the ropes and put him back in the portable hole. But
all the rest of the Greyhawk mamas are also in an applause at this point. And I think at
That's
this point
probably
you.
the best we could do shorthand.
Mm, you have definitely got potential. I would say, with the right guidance and direction, we could help elevate this performance to the next level. Morty is like, they didn't even ask for our help, Archelaus. But yes, if you want, we will be happy to assist in setting up any more part of the carnival, or, maybe even if there's a spot for us, we'll be happy to perform.
We'd gladly have you. We would be humbled, to be honest.
She smiles and says, all right. In that case, let's introduce the rest of our crew. And Garreth, have you got any more spell slots you wish to spend?
We'd probably wait a few hours just so that he could do it over time. It would just take an hour for each grouping.
Oh, hey, Garrett, you want a spell slot?
Oh,
High
wait.
five! You get
Did
to
we
roll.
take a short rest during the performance or not?
You could have, yeah. But also, Ulric can also high five you and give you another spell slot back.
Well, you can roll a
Yeah.
d4 and we could see what that is.
I need to roll at least
A 3.
Hey.
a 2. A 3. Is it 3? Fuck.
Remove curse is 3rd level.
Okay. First one to go is over here.
Just roll a d4 for us, Ulric.
Oh, you're doing it all of them? Cool.
It's just a matter of time more than anything else.
Yeah. Sorry, it was a D4?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
roll a
one of you.
D4.
I was gonna say Ulric, but yeah, never mind. All right. Over the course of 2 hours, you could probably get another 4 of them, and you start to see their true forms becoming real. There is a jester, sorry, who looks very kind of timid and bashful, but they seem to run over and hug Carthasar. And you see the old timer kind of looks at themselves like, my hands, they're back. I have hands again. Ah, you're the best. He goes to like shake your hand.
Careful, his hands get sticky after he casts that spell. Too much candy.
Oh, yeah, maybe not then. Yeah.
Grabs the hands.
I see what you mean. I saw your performance.
The cursed energy has to go somewhere.
Much appreciated. You're welcome.
Very good, very good. Forgive my cohorts and their rudeness. They're really just amateurs, but you guys, you have real potential.
You honor us.
Hmm?
Just realized
I'm
this
just
guy
a
should be.
simple bard.
That's the wrong name. There we go. That's Maldar, and then you see a sort of shyish female-looking elf, and she has a book in her hand. She's like, "Where did this book come from? Was I holding this the whole time? I must have turned into my.
What book is
It
it?
must have like. Oh, this is my notes. I've
What
been
is it?
trying to take notes on all the acting, and I'm Achilles' understudy. Just trying to pick up any tips and tricks I can. It's good that I didn't
Can I
lose
see
this
that
at
book?
least. Sure. He shows you.
Can I
And,
thumb through? Do I see anything mentioning light?
mm,
Oh yeah,
no,
they
it
were
doesn't
here,
seem
weren't
so.
they?
Mm,
They were.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Well,
they must have been at the.
Let me think. Yeah, they were performers at Motherhorn. She's been taking most of her notes are on Archilus and Mortia. As the leading female and male, they have the most she can learn from. But sure, there might be some notes on more up and coming actors. Nothing as like their name, but they do remark on a incredibly intricate and clever wordplay in a particular performance of a Kenku. And their imitations are near flawless. They're like an impersonation actor, as well as a musician. And she remarked that she was like moved to tears in one of the musical pieces.
Not surprised. I'll give her back the book. And then we took a short rest, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been a few short rests technically, but mainly just a.
There's something about
Well-
Corganel that almost reminds you of Candlefoot in a weird way, but just maybe like a
Yeah, he kind of looks like Candlefoot. Alternate reality Candlefoot, almost.
or a distant relative or sibling, perhaps.
Yep.
mm.
Have any of you been to the Witchlight Carnival?
The old timer speaks up and says, "Oh, I remember that. No, not the Witchlight Carnival, but the other one, yes."
The one that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light owned before.
That's right.
Was it run by Mr. Witch and Mr. Light or
It was.
someone else? Hmm?
Well, when they exchanged hands, they took control of the Witchlight Carnival, and the owner took the other owner took control of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's carnival.
And now there's a third carnival. That's strange.
Is
Everything
it?
in threes.
But yeah, we've been to the Shadowfell Carnival. It's called the Dread Carnival.
Oh.
Definitely a much more mysterious and kind of, I don't know, horror-themed carnival. Much more like a haunted house-like experience. Very creepy.
I apologize if I don't leave much of a lasting impression. I'm a little, indistinct at the moment.
Kind of reminds me of some of the denizens in that carnival as it happens. All kind of shadowy. I mean, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light themselves are Shadow Kai, right?
They are.
Mm.
They
I'd
treated
probably
us
be
with
the
great
only-
kindness.
That's good. I'm sure they're living their best life with the new one. Much more colorful, I suppose, than the Dread one. Yeah.
They seem happy.
Wonder what the other owner is feeling, though. They went from the most colorful carnival to the most grimdark one.
Maybe she
Though,
had her reasons.
He raises an eyebrow. How did you know she was a she?
More that I have accidental outside knowledge. I apologize. Lucky guess?
Huh. Yeah, well,
Mhm.
he does seem to go to say the name of the carnival's owner, but guess as he does, there is a strange manifestation around you, which I will see if I can find. Gotta find my table. Ah, here we go. Yeah, roll me a d8, bed.
Of course.
3.
Looks at camera.
Okay, flies. Weird. As he says the name, the previous owner, she was, I think she was an elf, or no, an Eladrin maybe? She's, oh, there we go. Hold on.
Mhm.
Slowly. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Yep. She's an Eladrin. She had really tall, pointy ears, darker skin, and braided black hair. Her name was Isolde. And as he says this name, there's suddenly this buzzing sound that appears, and you see from the lake. It is a still stagnant lake after all. Seems to be a number of flyers that have rested on the surface of its waters, and they seem to fly over and begin to pester him. And he's like, what the? I probably haven't had a wash in a while, but it can't be that bad. And all the flies just continue to pester him.
Odd. It seems negative emotions are associated with that name.
Wait, what was the name?
Isolde, which is pronounced, spelled like
Isolde?
this. Isolde,
It's old.
Is
like
old.
that. Is old. Don't get me started on that.
Oh,
Tales of adventurous things.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yes, this ticket. It's clearly been expired. It
It
says
says
right
it's
here.
old.
It's old. Oh,
Yeah.
Um,
Either way, he
So,
seems to
if I
stop
say the
talking
name,
about it.
If Vaike says the name,
Mm-hmm.
do the flies
Flies.
start to fly around
Yep.
me?
Roll. You can roll another d8. A cloud above you takes the form of an
Frowny
old woman's
face.
sad face. No, it's a sad face. That's what it says, and it couldn't be more fitting, since
Wait, this
this
has
place
happened to
is
me before.
filled. It has. It has. This is a storm cloud above you that seems to shift and roil before finally forming into an old woman's face, just really, really just. She looks distraught. She looks miserable and sad and sorrowful. And just you feel the slight pitter patter of rain as tears begin streaming from the eyes of that cloud.
Well, interesting name.
Well,
Ah,
this,
names have power. You should just be careful. Ah. God damn fly.
Speaking of names, the elf had mentioned they had seen a performance. I presume you heard the discussion. You being actors, would you have interacted with that person more often?
They you see the jester sort of shake their head and they begin to sort of mime that they were sort of new and just entering and up and coming, whereas they have been there for a while before they got transformed, and then they flew the coop, so to speak. They didn't have much time to interact with them. And yeah, you see Garthasar kind of mimicking the flying away part.
Well, if you guys want, you can head to the Marble Horan clan. That's where we're going to be having the carnival. You hang
We'll
out there,
accept
we
your
got some business to
invitation.
attend to.
But
Yeah.
you really should get
Um,
physical ones, you know. Make it
Well,
more
yeah,
professional.
Yeah. So the plan is we're going to find this giant golden windmill. And we're going to throw all of our invitations into the windmill, and that's going to spread them all across Prismere.
Ah. The windmill.
That's pretty cool, right?
He seems
Do you
to
know the windmill?
he seems to sort of pull his face to the side like that might be difficult, I'm afraid.
What's
Hmm? What is?
Getting to the windmill is no easy task. You see
Where is it?
Karthasar saying, kind of flapping their wings again, going, Car! Far! Far! Car!
It's
Yes.
far.
It's far, and he starts flapping his wings. Yes, you would
We
need
have
to
a-
fly there.
Balloon.
Okay. There's a potential then. Mortius says, there were little darklings that used to fly there back and forth. They would deliver some sort of packages, gifts, perhaps? They would load up the balloon with all these little parcels, and they would hop into their storm cloud balloon and fly over there, and then they would return with no packages. It was the most strangest little encounter or event that happened every so often.
But their names happen to be Charm, Bubble, and Trinkets.
You see them all nodding.
Perfect. Seems like we're going to be taking care of 4 birds with 1 stone.
3 birds. Well, maybe 8?
Yeah, I think 8's good.
Where would we find them?
At the
Well,
windmill.
they were in we were in Motherhorn. The storm cloud balloon always docked there, and they would refill with parcels and packages and presents, and then they would fly off from Motherhorn to the windmill, and then they would return with an empty basket.
So to get to the windmill to get our invitations for our show, we to put the invitations out for everyone for our show. We have to get to Motherhorn, which we need invitations to get to Motherhorn, which is the whole point of going to
Wait,
making
why do
the
we
show.
gotta go to Why do we go to Motherhorn? Well, I'm confused.
You see
Why
it-
do we go to Motherhorn?
Killer says, didn't you just say you had your own balloon?
Yeah, we just fly over it. Yeah, we don't gotta stop at Motherhorn.
Fair. We do have our own.
Yeah, we just fly over it. What are they gonna do? And we don't even gotta fly over. I mean, do you guys remember what direction the Golden Windmill was? We just fly that way.
Oh, I apologies. I didn't really pay much attention to which way they were going. And there's not really any directions in the Feywild that I'm any use to using. Verna does speak up though and says, I did make note of some dangers when we flew in, and they certainly went towards what I would say is like the eye of the storm, I guess. Though,
Wait.
well, the storm is different from the mists. That I know. And there's dangers up there.
Oh! Notus,
but-
isn't that where your eyes are?
Oh,
Hmm?
yeah, we have to
Perfect.
go
This
there
is like-
anyway.
This is like 16 birds in one stone.
Wait. Sorry, Garreth. Jack's like, what do you mean? That's where we gotta go, huh? Notice?
Eddie, notice ice. Ice of the storm.
Are you serious
shadow?
right now, Garreth? Not everything is just so literal.
Yes.
Baird is gonna look at Garreth and go, but he's probably right.
Huh.
When is it ever not literal?
Well, there's loads of times, like that time.
Jack,
Uh,
think about what Vaike said about that other guy and what I look like.
What, you look like Wyatt? What? What did I say? I say a lot of things.
no, never mind. I can't think of anything. Jackson, he's like, maybe you're right. Oh, well.
So we need to find that storm elemental that has Notus's eyes, right?
Yeah.
That thing would probably be in the eye of the storm, right?
Probably.
And if Charm and
This-
Gleam and Bobble have been going over there, that's good for us. Because we get
I
more
guess-
information on them.
Verna says the storm and the mists, they are separate things. The mists separate the realms, and she flicks through her pages, but there is a storm in yon. There's sort of two eyes, I guess. One is the eye of the storm, and one is the eye of the mists.
Oh.
The eye of
But
the mist
is
where
the eye of the
mill
mist in the eye of the storm?
No.
Might be.
She says, when we flew around as peritons, the eye of the storm would probably be up on that tall mountain. What was on there again? And you see the jester Gorgonal begin to very rigidly perform a sitting down motion, and you're not sure how, but it's one of those like street artists where they look like they're sitting down on nothing, like an invisible chair.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to have probably really good muscle strength in your legs to do that, or there's some sort of
Can I
trick. But you
mimic
see him.
him?
Yeah, you can. You can see he's like resting down, and he puts his arms on like an armrest, and he like leans back with his head and back straight against like a backrest, as if he's sitting down on a rather large, spacious throne.
What is there? What is there? A chair there? What?
He nods.
Well, obviously.
He puts like one hand to his
Okay.
nose and then points to you.
I'm so confused. What? A chair?
Yeah, he's sitting on it. Don't you see it?
Yeah, actually,
I'm
literally,
mimicking him.
literally like his art as well. Like if you look at his art,
Oh my
the
god!
hover up, it's just like that. I couldn't be more
Oh my
accurate.
god! So that's him pointing his nose as I say, "Is there a chair there?"
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he goes like, as if like you got it.
Am I successfully sitting like him at the same time? That's my question.
Oh right. Give me a performance check. This is a tricky thing to pull off. That 20? Yeah, nice. Yeah, you just about pull it off. I think it helps with like the inverse legs of a kenku. That's actually helping a
Yep.
lot. So you're able to sort of mimic sitting down. And he
Yep.
applauds you and he claps silently. Well,
Silent clapping.
the claps make sense.
I will.
Yes.
Yep. Well.
So we're looking for a mountain with a big chair on it.
We're looking for the big chair. I don't. Well, that gives us a direction. We need to go to a place where we can park our butts.
Mountain rest? Mountain
Laverne is
sleeps?
right. We saw quite a lot of heights while we were flying around. Try heading up further. It's one of the tallest mountains in yon. And you might see a swirling of clouds. Try to follow that and locate the epicenter. And when you see the one with the big chair on it,
He shrugs.
I guess that'd be the one.
Well, I'm good at keeping our spirits up.
Hmm. Otherwise, I guess we'll see you at the Marble Clan.
Verna, did you have anything on the Eye of the Mist? Did you know where that was?
She says,
Because I
I
believe it's
just
the
know
window."
that it's very dangerous. And she kind of flicks through a page in her book and says, there are monsters out there in the mists. And there are weird
Mm.
anomalies. The mists have a sort of life of their own, I suppose, and some of them can be toxic to our kind, both physically and mentally. But we avoided those. We steered clear. Every time we tried to escape yon, it's like we flew too close to the sun, I guess. And we backed away, but there was poisonous clouds and warping visions, and there were shadows of monstrous creatures out there. Best to be careful
Well,
where you're
thank
goodness
flying. Yeah.
Thank goodness we got 2 monsters in this party, and I'll start flexing, and then I'll point out Ulric.
After a while, Garreth, you start healing another one, and this is a very scruffily dressed. Even though the clothing looks fine and expensive, it looks like they're kind of like loosely, scruffily worn. This guy's got a disheveled mess of hair, and he seems to be a little bit tired in the face as they yawn. Oh. Hey, cheers, buddy. He gives you a pat on the back, Garreth.
Hello.
Oh, that flapping and squawking. Oh. Hey, oh, I'm Thornelia.
It's good to meet you all. Your shows before were quite delightful. I hope you all know that. Even
Oh.
in cursed form, you found a way to perform that was stunning.
We've had a lot of practice, I guess. But appreciate the compliment.
I know how important it is for performers to get recognized.
You know, you guys seem alright. Don't know why Achilles is giving you such a hard time, but... Achilles, are you gonna tell them about the thing? Achilles is like... Achilles says, Thornelia, you've never been good at keeping your cards close to your chest, have you?
We likely wouldn't judge you for it.
There's a thing. What's the thing? Tell us the
What's
thing.
the thing?
Yeah, what's the thing, dude? Come on.
Well, we've had our encounters with Charm, Bauble, and Trinket before. It wasn't a pleasant encounter, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get to the bottom of these strange gifts and presents they were giving. And, well, we got into a bit of a scuffle. When we attacked them, several of their gifts fell overboard.
So there's something we could find that might help us against them?
I'm
or
not
something that went
sure.
missing that they...
There's a peculiar item.
Like
But,
your kid?
Ooh. You're a robot, Chris.
Sorry, yeah.
Was it a
As he's
coin
about to say
pouch?
this, you see, instead, you see the only last remaining Greyhawk mama suddenly sort of like grabs a hold of their kind of sleeve and like tugs on it for a moment. And Achilles is kind of like almost pulled and down to their level. And you hear kind of a low squawk come from this mama. And Achilles says, excuse me. I'm not sure that... He says, I'm not sure that Angara fully trusts you yet. You may be competent actors, and you certainly have helped us. But we're worried that this object falls into the wrong hands.
Tell me it's the blade of my sword. Tell me it's the blade of my sword.
The only other thing would be the unicorn horn.
Guess you can roll insight
Which-
checks.
Nope.
What do they react to? Oh, that's it. It's a unicorn horn. Where is it?
No, Garreth, you would think they're talking about the sword.
Oh.
Ulric, you're thinking they're talking about the coin pouch. Notus,
Why
you
does
think
the
they're talking-
actor see through the actors?
Notice you
About
think they're
swords?
talking about the eyeball, or just an eye or something. You have no idea. And then,
To be fair, she's half paying attention. She's playing with mischief.
yeah, I think where everyone's sort of looking at Achilles and the Periton, trying to judge their reactions. Achilles is a complete poker face. He doesn't show any emotion, and it's very hard to read a Periton since they have no human facial features. But Baird, you see the newly transformed Thornelia, and as apparently the one who first started giving this away. He's yawning again, and then as you ask, is it the unicorn horn? You suddenly see him kind of like
His ear.
Yeah, tugs his ear, I guess, like in that, and it like interrupts his yawn out of shock, like, and like clears his throat. Oh, and yeah, he's like tugging his ear and like looking away, and he tries to hide his face behind the scruffy mop.
The problem of makes a random guess that is absolutely correct and surprises somebody.
Yeah. And he like rearranges his hair to like cover half his face as well. So, yeah, you can definitely ensure that is exactly what they had fall from the balloon during this scuffle. And you must have seen it
Well,
where it went, perhaps, where it fell.
if you did tell us where it was, I can promise that we wouldn't let it fall into the hands of any of the hags.
Wait, what is it? Is it the sword? This is my sword.
We
I look at Archelius with like a knowing like gaze. Like I'm not necessarily telling the rest of my group. I'm like withholding the information for the sake of our group's reputation with the murmurs and trying not to cause them trouble.
Achilles says, I will defer to Angara. Oh, damn, I keep forgetting the name. Yeah, Angara. As to whether to tell you this information or not. For now, it seems she's telling me that I'm not to tell you. And she's sort of the mother of the entire troop. Everyone trusts her, and she's very protective.
I understand. You're
I
the
know.
one who looks out for everyone else.
If you guys know where the blade of my sword is, you guys should tell me, okay? I'm trying to
They
rebuild.
don't
this
know
sword.
where the blade is. Like,
Oh.
By the way, Angara is also the one which was injured during the attack. They were the Black Swan.
Oh, the one that I pulled out of the water.
It is, yeah.
You want to be
And,
a homie? You want...
Part of her, you can. It's also intuit with that insight. Perhaps they're a little bit wary of the pie because seemingly that thing came from Notus, and it was a dangerous creature that nearly took them out, and is now inside Notus. Perhaps either way they seem weary enough, and Achilles says, as I say, you are clearly adept actors, and you've certainly helped us. For that I am grateful. Perhaps we'll get to know each other a bit more before we fully trust you all.
Of course. I wouldn't try to pull the information out of you by force.
I wouldn't
It's your
either.
decision to make.
If it isn't something you need right away, then there's no harm in keeping it a secret, such that he looks around. Any prying ears or eyes don't overhear it. There are many shadows that are hard to perceive in the mountains of Yon. No offense, of course, he says to you, Baird. But the shadows seem to be working for End. We're just cautious, that's all. And you see Angara kind of give a nod and a squawk.
Understandably so. Is Angara still injured?
They are, yes. They have been. You couldn't see how much HP they'd lost, but they were like down like 40% of their health. Which that'll probably heal them back up to full, yeah. So that kind of like limping foot and like broken wing is fully repaired. You see them kind of flex out their wings and flap a few times. They look at you and they take a bow. But they say...
I have nothing but respect for my fellow performers. We all bring emotions out in others. especially those that we have to withhold from ourselves.
I love the idea that she's really worried about like Notus because of what the thing on the lake was, and she's just in the background giving mischief belly rubs, going, "Who's a good toad?
Who's a good judge?
Protecting me from nasty Ulric."
Yeah. I mean, they look at you, tilt their head, and you can see maybe there's a flash of like, maybe I misjudged. And then they look back at Ulric, who's still on fire and also has a monster inside of them, which just ate some arrows. And then they kind of shudder again and then move back away from them. You're not the...
If there's
dear.
anything that, if there's anything more that we can do for you all, be sure to let us know.
Of course we will. You know, if you need any help getting back, what was it you're missing? Did you say it was your name? Like,
Yeah.
we'll do what we can to help, but... Well, I hope that information we gave at least leads you to something.
It's helpful.
All right. Well, we're gonna head over to the Marble Clan, I guess. Meet you there.
And there are some other performers as well, athletic performers. You may get some fun out of seeing if they can, if they're interested in involving themselves in any acts. They may be curious as to the reappearance of the
Right.
murmurs.
Yep. I guess so. Perhaps keep that little fact under the in the down low. I don't know what N's reaction will be to it, but I can't imagine she'd be pleased with you guys.
She wouldn't like us either way.
Are you sure you don't want to be returned to your normal form?
I think she wants the ability to keep an eye out for the other murmurs in the meantime. They're gonna have to travel first.
Thornelia says, "Oh, we have to walk all the way?" And then you hear, "Caw, caw," from the distance. At the top, you realize Karthasar has climbed all the way to the top. And he begins flapping his wings as though to get lift. And Morty is like, "No, Karthasar, you can't fly anymore!" And they leap off the 200-foot. They begin to nosedive. Let's see how well their method acting holds up.
The entire party is going to rescue this man.
I'm gonna go try to catch him.
I'll give him bardic inspiration.
I will give him the ability to fly.
Can you do
I'll
that?
watch.
Gaseous form, heck yeah. All right. That might just save his life. I think you'd have to deliver it through Jack because it's a touch spell.
Yes, Jack will goes there to touch him, and when Jack touches, the spell activates.
Jack flies up there like, I got him, and just gets like, poof, like pumpkin smashed by the falling Karthasar, and then immediately, as soon as he impacts Jack, he just turns into a misty cloud of smoke. And the cloud sort of spreads its wings and begins to fly. Now silently.
Oh.
Well, at least you shut up his scoring.
Turning to Gorgonel, Bertogo, if you knew Candlefoot, he finally was able to propose to the woman he loves. I feel like he'd like you to know, if you did know him.
He smiles from ear to ear, and you see him like miming, wiping a tear away from his eye, and then he makes a heart shape with his hands and puts it to his chest.
Did he learn how to mime from you?
There's a little smirk and a little eyes, shifty eyes, and then he kind of shrugs
Well, it is very nice to have met you all.
And you.
If
All right.
walking over to the Marble Clan is such a bothersome, you can spend some time in my house if you'd like.
Don't put them in the mushroom.
Arcilla
Garreth.
says, "No, that's just Thornelia being lazy. Come along. We can make it on foot, no problem.
Aw.
We have Angara to keep an eye out for us. To scout the way ahead."
I'm gonna hand them I'm gonna go into the portable hole and I'm gonna hand, just so that they have something to trade for food or whatever whenever they get there. I'm going to hand them one of the figurines, so that they can at least make sure that they can get some food or lodging for themselves when they get to the Marble Clan, because I don't know how much belongings they still have on them beyond their clothing. So I want to make sure that they got something.
Okay, sorry, what did you hand them?
One of the jade figurines, or the turquoise figurines.
Okay. All right, just as a way to bargain.
Yeah, so that they can bargain for lodging and food.
They don't have much on them apart from their fine clothes. Yeah, that really does help them out. Oh man, wish they had
One
something
forgotten
to give you
bard,
back.
even another group of forgotten bards. A gift.
They thank you and bow, and you see, I'll say as a reciprocity, one of the jester, Gorgonal, he heads over and he plucks one of the bells from his costume, one of the little jingle bells, and hands it to you. Baird
takes it and holds it to his chest.
And also, Karthasar has been making a fuss over Garreth this entire time. Also, that misty cloud seems to have enveloped you into a hug, Garreth.
Aww.
You saved their life. It seems like they are very grateful.
Stay safe, you. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
How does
Bessie's
for work again?
Probably lasts an hour, right? There'll be a gas for an hour. Now they're method acting as a cloud. You see them just go up into the air and slowly follow Angara.
Oh.
You needed to give them long enough to come up with a different thing they want to method act for a bit.
That's it. All right, and with that, the actors take their leave and disappear into the misty mountains.
I hope you know that Bell is immediately going with all the items that Baird has collected from people he's made friends with, things he cares about.
Of course, absolutely. And now you have a new heading if you wish to try and find this mountain, or if you wish to try and return to your balloon and find the Eye of the Mists. It's up to you. You got 2 different eyes that you can locate. One of them seems a little further afield. Yes.
What do you think, Notus?
Which eye do you want to go to?
Also, Ulric, did you take a short rest? Oh no.
Yeah.
Just as a friendly reminder of what you maybe want to focus on, you can make a deck save, Notus.
The storm might be fair. Oh god. I'll
yep, in your moment. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
No, wait, it's Notice, is 8 damage okay? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
It's fine, they say as a lightning bolt strikes. This is fine.
It hits me,
yeah.
and then I literally just kind of like point towards the direction it came in, and it's like, right, tag I'm it.
Tag I'm it. Do you need some healing, Ulric, before we go anywhere?
Oh, he's looking great.
Oh, I'm good.
You
He
look
hasn't done
bloody.
any of his short rests.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, okay.
I was
Never
dread
mind,
blood.
I'm all not bloody.
You wipe that away.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just wipe it off. I'm good.
Well, to a place to rest on the top of a mountain.
Oh. Okay, then.
I call sitting first, I guess. Funny chair.
We're going to Tall Mountain.
We're looking for a chair. I don't know what's a chair. Why is there a mountain with a chair?
I mean, we've
King
had
of the
stranger
mountains
directions.
sits on it.
It said it was kind of north to us, so
They said
I
up,
think we need to go further up.
and
yeah.
up could mean north, but they also sort of
It
said
could
it would
also-
be.
They just
To
moved up.
north.
Yeah, they kind of said it was the highest mountain in Yon.
Yep. We'll just look around
Whatever
for it.
is. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. In that
please
case,
don't let
then
it be Butterhorn.
it's a mountaintop theater, but you'd expect them to have mined perhaps a little bit more if that was the case and not just a chair. Okay. Well,
Why is there a chair? That's my real question.
You interpret it as chair. It might be seat or throne.
Mm-hmm.
Birch.
A bench.
bench. All right. Okay. So you're on this hex here.
Are we able to see from the top of the spires anything?
You've done this hex as well.
Interesting.
This is one of the Briganock
Okay.
clans. So yeah, there's still a lot of
So
unexplored
this is
area.
where the wishes stones
So,
are.
oh yeah, sorry, that's Briganock's down at the bottom right here.
Oh,
I
this
have
is
a question as
Briganock.
we're
That's
kind of
what-
like moving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How easy would it be to break one of these bloody pylons and disrupt the whatever the hell they're doing?
Mm.
Starting to pee me off a little bit.
You would have to get closer and investigate one. You have yet to go up to one.
I climbed one earlier.
Did you?
You did.
I did.
Yeah, we
Was that
did.
was it a moon one
Yeah.
or?
I think it was this one.
Okay. All right then. Yeah. Well, they seem to be made of copper, a very conductive metal material. You know, Ulric can eat metal.
I was going to
Didn't
say, Ulric,
dissolve
you
it?
hungry?
Yeah, can I eat one?
Ulric did try to eat one.
I think I did and I failed, but I'm feeling different this time.
But yeah,
All
you
right.
guys want to try to go to the top of this map, or you want to try to clear out some of the stuff on the bottom, based on up. Can I see the tallest mountain from like the top of these Fey beacons?
With this stormy kind of weather going on, probably not. You would need to get clear of several mountain ranges before you could get in view of it. That said, you could maybe locate some areas around, like in your immediate vicinity.
Nearby.
But I
Okay,
think
yeah.
you've uncovered most of the hexes except for one. So if you wish to climb to the top, you can give me a perception check to see what's out in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. 14, eh? Got anything you can add to that? It's not a success.
Garreth can guidance me. That's probably the only thing that could happen.
You can use. Didn't you have a telescope?
When did I have a telescope?
I don't. Did I have the telescope? No. Oh wait, that's in Little Oak.
Wrong campaign. No?
No, Little Oak has a telescope.
No,
We could have
Little Oak.
taken that at some point, but no, we didn't.
No,
Take it
okay.
off the children?
Yeah, why would we do that?
Just rob the
But
kids.
you can give me guidance if you want, Garreth. That's about it. Would you
Other
like to
people
roll
could
it?
also...
I'm looking at
15?
Yes.
Okay. You can see a twisting path through the mountains that seems to snake up and down and spiral around and worm its way through the mountains, but you can't see much beyond that.
Mm.
But if anyone else wants to also climb to the top and have a look, they can. But you know,
Can I eat a pylon?
we can start to head towards one if you want.
There's one we already went near that you could easily get up to since we dealt with the troubles around that area. If you wanted to try to go eat one while we go north,
I do.
Mm-hmm.
then I think we pass by this one and let Ulric try.
Jack of 14, yeah.
Violence. Yeah.
So he sees the same sort of thing as Bear does in that direction.
Does violence, did they shock you when you get close or when you touched it?
Oh, I guess we'll have to find out.
It's been a bit since we've interacted with them directly. I can give Notus Bardic. It's probably the only thing I could do here.
It's up to you if you want. Eight.
Goddamn.
All right, that'll be more than enough. But perhaps as you get to the top of the pylon, the brazier that's still sort of simmering embers, and there's a crackling of lightning, makes it hard for your eyes to sort of focus when you are in and out of existence. But Notus up here seems to be at one with the wind. You probably still got the levitation still running, but you're able to see out farther than anyone else, and you start to see some movement in that direction. Bizarrely, they are defying gravity as they are walking on the very sides of the mountain itself, which seems an impossible feat unless they had some sort of spider climb. And you can see the... Or unless they're goats.
I knew it!
You guys, I see goats!
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute, you guys. We have to go over there. You guys, we have to go. Look at them. I mean, you can't look at them. You can't see them. But oh my god.
Yeah, we could use we could. Ulric, get us some pies. We need to feed some goats.
Oh my god.
Okay, we can see them, but we're not taking any of them with us. We're not getting a goat Juniper.
Just one.
Oh, we gotta feed them though. We gotta feed them. We gotta get some food.
We can maybe do one, but we're not doing two.
But if we got two, well, he needs a friend.
You might as well get three.
You can't have two. You have to have three. It's the Feywild, right?
Oh my goodness! I'm not taking care of them. I'm not looking after them.
Will you give Baird and Notus some pies to feed goats? Ulric?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm with Notus.
All right.
Go feed some goats.
What kind of pies do you make, Ulric?
Key lime pies.
Key lime pie. Right. Let's hope
I can only do key lime pumpkin or chocolate.
Pumpkin might be the better choice because that's more in line with like what a goat might eat.
Yeah, 2 pumpkins.
2 pumpkins? All right. Nice. Okay. So it's as you approach then, these goats do start to recognize your presence. They perhaps hop up higher and higher into unreachable places. Okay, speak with animals, got it.
As a ritual. Hello!
You start calling out. And these goats, as you get closer and closer, they feel like they're safe as they basically elevate themselves to really high perches on the mountains along this spiraling, twisting path. And these goats have this silvery grey fur and wizened faces. And as you get closer and look down, as you say hello, their eyes meet your gaze. And you see that they have hourglass-shaped pupils that glow this kind of golden tint. And they begin to observe your party very closely.
I'll hold out a pie and go, we just wanted to give you guys some pie.
Okay. Here's one of the goats.
Oh my god.
It's so majestic!
Oh my god. You guys are very beautiful goats.
Oh my god, we gotta keep them. We gotta take them.
Or didn't you just say... never mind.
Only if they want to, Ulric. But yeah, we just wanted to give you guys some pies. Also, Squirt isn't here.
That's why he's going down. All right. They seem to tilt their heads and look at one another as you bring out these pies. And they start to hop down from their perches and get closer towards you. But they still seem to be a little wary. And again, there's a sort of another flash from their golden hourglass pupils as they begin to observe you and notice now you're kind of in range to see maybe their emotions. They seem to be... How do I put it? They seem to be forthcoming. That's the emotion. And there's an emotion of reciprocation over them as you're offering the food. And when they see the pie, they are absolutely overjoyed. It's clear you can roll like an insight check as well at this point, all of you. And even animal handling would be applicable as well.
I would have rolled animal handling. I have higher stats in that.
You can feed one to them, and I'll say that's a different.
I'm literally just like, hi for.
I'll say you can give me an animal handling. It'll be a separate thing for something else. But yeah, sure. It's a little bit better. Oh yeah, 16. All right, nice.
2-8.
So first of all, the wisdom insight check. So Garreth and Vaike, yeah, you can see these look. They kind of have this almost intelligence about them. There's like this wisdom over their face as they approach, and they can see that you're no threat with no weapons drawn and offering food. Yet they're also not as quick to accept as maybe a normal animal would. Just like, oh, food, yep, nom. They seem to be a little bit cautious, perhaps due to their knowledge of taking gifts in the form of food from fey creatures. So they've clearly survived out here through some experience and knowledge that is clearly is on display here. So as they get closer and they get edged towards the food, they're perhaps maybe a little weary to accept it, just because they then would there's poisoned cookies in the world of the Feywild. They seem to require, you can tell Vaike and Garreth, they seem to require some perhaps convincing that these are in no shape or form a trick or poison.
Could I take a...
Vaike and Garreth know this. You don't, Baird.
Oh, okay, yeah.
These are some wise goats, guys. These goats have seen these
Ulric.
goats have seen some shit.
Give me cake. Give me the cake. I'm gonna give them the cake.
Okay. Cake pie?
Yes.
Here's another. Can I just whip them out whenever I want to? Let me see.
You've got a certain limit.
Yeah, I have 8 charges. Oh yeah, no, I could just do it. Yeah, okay, here you go. Boom.
Cake.
Here's another pie.
Okay.
I will whip out my infinite cupcake.
Oh yes, nice.
Yes.
The Junipers have a lot of food.
They do.
And just to prove to them that it is not poisoned or dangerous in any way, I will take a tiny bite first and then offer it to them.
Nice.
I will
okay,
press a knife and I cut a piece of the cake, pie, whatever, and I eat it.
You eat it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. If that's what Garreth does, I join him. Just show proof.
There's a sudden ease over their emotions, Notus, and now suddenly they feel safe to eat this. You can start, Notus, with your animal handling of a 16. They head over to you. That pumpkin pie you're holding, they scoff that up quite fondly. And with your animal handling, you can tell they're not picky eaters, because they do come over and eat the cupcake and the key lime pie, the whole array. But they seem to be especially fond of root vegetables. And Garrett, pumpkins are root, right? They're like a gourd, I guess.
They're gourds, but not a root.
Oh, okay. Still, it's definitely a vegetable at least. And I will say that is clearly their favorite. And all 3 goats are eating out of your hands at this point, Notus, and bleating away happily.
Best day ever.
You get joy back and you immediately meet goats. Like, how could it be better?
Mm-hmm.
How could this day not be so joyful?
So
She's literally bouncing up and down. She's so excited.
So there's one goat that's eating my cupcake, right?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna talk to him. How's it going?
Good.
Oh, okay.
So you guys just chill up here on the mountainside?
We survive. We observe.
Perfect. You guys wouldn't having to see like the eye of a storm or anything like that, right?
We have seen much. The storm is but one prophecy waiting to be fulfilled.
Prophetic goats.
Prophecy?
Oh, you know prophecies?
They all nod together. And there's again
Any
another flash
prophecies?
from their golden hourglass eyes.
Oh. Any prophecies involving the jumping junipers?
The first goat speaks and calls out through the mountains, almost as if they're bleating echoes all around you, bouncing off the sides of the mountains and thundering from the clouds. When the moon obstructs the sun, creeping Lynn
will come undone.
The second goat
Oh.
then begins to step forward after it finishes scoffing the pumpkin pie. And you hear him say,
Play to her passions. Stay on script. A cat, a horn, or a shadow ripped.
and finally the third goat approaches after licking your hands clean of the key lime pie, Ulric, and says,
The full scepter is the key.
Ah. This is like the unicorns back in the carnival.
Who's creeping Lynn?
Auntie Lynn.
They all look over yonder towards the mountaintop theater.
Oh.
As
No.
a crackling
So we
lightning
need-
surges down in that direction.
What
Okay,
fool?
So we need a solar eclipse to happen.
With that,
That's
the giant goat's kind of give you a little bit of a nuzzle, each and every one of you. They come licking. They kind of lick your hands, Notus, and they begin to sort of hop up to the ledge above you guys, and then they hop again, and they start to slowly ascend the mountains. But they're not out of earshot yet. But if they seem to have shown the signs of reciprocity, each giving something back for the pies given. But otherwise, these goats don't seem to be much conversationalists. They just seem to deliver the prophecies that they have seen.
Oh,
I'll bow my hand in respect for their knowledge. As we, I presume we'll head back the other direction since we know what's on the other side of this. And we came to speak to them, in a way.
Yeah.
More than we came to travel through this area. If the rest of you want to go north again, it depends on which direction we want to go.
Is there anything yet anyone else wants to do with the goats before they take their leave? Or is everyone just stunned from the information?
Goodbye, goats. Appreciate the help.
I'm trying to decipher this.
Sorry, go on, Vaike.
I just said appreciate the help.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I mean, the full scepter is the key. That's got to be the Witchlight vein, right?
Does it?
Whatever fool have we seen with the scepter?
Looks at your stone.
Don't look at my stones.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait.
There's no way that this stupid rock that the Bergenot gave me is the key to saving Prismere.
Might be.
What other scepter? have we encountered besides the Witchlight Band?
We might not have encountered it yet. She's got a whole theater, so there may be a fall there with the scepter.
Oh.
Maybe.
I guess we'll keep our eyes peeled. Ulric says.
I've DM'd you, Chris, a question that I can't ask verbally.
I cannot answer that verbally.
I know.
But still, with that very heartwarming turned bizarre and mysterious encounter, you guys can head back the way you came if you want, or you still want to do this pylon. There is one very close. As it happens, there is one very nearby. I'd say it's on the same route as the sun pylon that this path, this twisting path, has actually led to.
You want to go to the sun pylon, Ulric?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, I'll drag you down. And onto the map, in fact. This one has one. Let's find it. Okay. I'm going to be jumping all over the place this session, it seems, because you're about to get a whole load more of encounters going on. Which one is it?
We're doing our homework, Curtis.
It does seem so, yeah. Catching all the little loose ends here in Yon. Except this end might have creeping end. Let's see. Where am I looking? Oh, here we go. Alright. So, as you wander around this twisting path, following it towards this crackling pylon, you start to see there's actually some figures up ahead. Let's have a look. Okay, here we go, yeah. Two figures stand on an outcrop of rock. And I'll drag you to the map here. Bang, there you go. Alright. And they're outlined against the stormy sky. One is a slender female elf. And as she turns to you, you see she is wearing a crescent moon mask.
Wait a minute!
And the other figure is a 3-foot tall dandelion with a small rapier strapped to its stem.
What is going on?
Hey, I just wanted to eat a pylon. What's happening?
Hey, are you guys gonna finish?
And finally, there's a honeybee the size of an orange buzzing around the dandelion's bright yellow head.
You talk to first.
I'll be honest, out of character, I don't remember which is which. I'm assuming this one might be Glee.
Yes.
I think the sun was Glister.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No.
Obscurity?
Obscurity is a bit
Not
more
scary enough to be obscurity.
This is Gleam. I think, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Pollinella. Oh.
Pollinella. What a name!
There you go. Here's the. You hear the elf say, "Oh, Oh,
I must say,
Amador.
I am disappointed by the dandelion.
Amador, there's someone coming.
Oh my
And
god.
I love it.
There you go. They're a fantastic duo.
Look at this little man. Look at him.
They are fantastic. You can't lie. All right, so
Hello.
they turn to notice
Whoa.
you, and she points in your direction. And the dandelion draws a small rapier strapped to its stem, and assumes a defensive pose. The honeybee buzzes more loudly as it flies in circles around the two of them. And Gleam's like, wait, they seem friendly. And Amador's still on guard nonetheless. And they kind of squish it in the air.
I'm just like,
They
Whoa.
from
They
the
seem to-
Witchlight Carnival.
Oh, the carnival! Amador, they must be friends.
it's me, Notus. You know my dad.
Notus?
We made your costume.
Oh! Aldegrim's daughter, yes!
Cielo.
A f-
Ulric. Yes.
Oh, it's so good to see a friendly face around here. Amador, put that away. And you see them sort of, they sort of seem to like lift up their chin looking down at you if they had eyes perhaps, and they slowly put the rapier away. Meanwhile, the buzzing
want a
bee
duel?
seems to calm down. You ask that? Are you asking if you want a duel?
Yeah, I'll stand.
On this, it's these are. I'll just assist Notus with whatever conversation Notus wants to have.
So Gleam rushes over. Oh, I love your toad. This is amazing. Where did you get such a magnificent mount? Is this from hither?
This is Mischief. Yes.
Mischief. Hello. She gives. Can I give pets?
Oh, of course. And I'm just gonna like introduce everyone. I'm like, this is Garreth. This is Vaike. This is Baird. This is Gloltic. Sorry, Sir Gloltic. This is Ulric. This is Juniper. This is Lord Bouffant Merryweather. This is Jack.
You've got a whole carnival with you. You've even got a clown. Gleam claps. You guys look amazing. I love your outfits, your style. You got the whole like color palette going. The hairdos are fantastic. Is that candy in your hair?
Yes, it is. Well, and it's
Amazing.
also my hair.
It keeps growing
It's
back.
also... You see the bee suddenly comes over and starts smelling the sweet scents. They seem to start landing in your hair and getting their little fuzz covered in candy.
Mm-hmm.
And Amador looks a little bit jealous suddenly as they fold their arms. And you can tell, yeah, there's a green aura around Amador as they're suddenly green with envy.
Oh
Uh,
my god!
and-
Wait a minute. Does he have?
You see Amador draws the rapier again to you, Garreth, and Gleam's like, "Oh, they're just being friendly, Polynella. Polynella's just being friendly, Amador. I'm sure they're not trying to steal your girl." Amador suddenly turns
oh my
around.
god!
A little,
Oh.
and Amador shoots Gleam a look,
I'll play a
and then they go, "Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, not girl, you're queen." And Amador nods.
I'll play a budding romance.
Budding
This is
romance. I
Amador's
see.
queen. Is
Budding
Yeah.
romance. This is
the
Amador.
bee.
This is their queen.
Oh, you still got to speak with animals up, haven't
So
you?
if-
Technically.
I do.
Brilliant. Pollinella has this kind of regal voice that seems to be intoxicated with the scents coming from Garreth, and they're just like, "Oh, what an aroma! Delicious! It smells like all things sweet. Is that gingerbread? Oh goodness, delicacies galore!" And they do seem to be a little bit
Are you
enamored
from-
with the scents.
Are you from the hive back in Hither? Or do you know them?
That's very offensive to ask if all bees know each other.
They're the only bees we've met.
Ah, at least someone has some manners. And they look to you, Vaike. Indeed, that is a totally different hive. There are many bees in Prisnia. I am the queen of Yon.
All Vaike hears is.
Baird is going to deeply bow and go,
Shakes fists.
my deepest apologies. I wanted to know if you were a friend of a friend, is all. Which it appears you are already, actually.
I'm aware of that distant kingdom, though I must say, no interest in sort of forming an alliance with them. Their king tried to woo me, but unsuccessfully.
Ah. I see.
I have
I look
much
toward
more,
the dandelion.
and Amador's gives a sort of a pose, like a regal looking pose, as if they're posing for like a painting or portrait. And they kind of fluff up their petals.
Baird's gonna put his finger to his beak and go, I did just do a story. So if you're the queen, this must be your night.
Oh, yes. Amador is my faithful protector. We've eloped together.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
I mean,
Whoa.
I can't understand anything.
Baird has the same smug look that he had whenever Muse and Vaike first met. Like the exact same look. Like you look at Baird, he has the same look that he gave you whenever he saw you.
I don't know what's going on. I don't speak bee.
I think you recognize the look, not anything else, just the look.
I'm just looking at the dirt. There's very interesting dirt on the ground.
Well,
Amador
these are my friends.
saved
the
me.
jumping Junipers.
Amador helped me escape from a tyrannical leader, and I guess the responsibilities of the hive. Giving birth to several hundred eggs a day is very tiring.
Oh.
Baird looks down at Buffon and then looks up at Pollinella and looks at he's just like, why is this similar to so many things in my life? If I don't understand what's going on. But Baird understands what's going on, but he's like, so I have a rooster that has heads in a coop, and I'm meeting a bee that has a hive. What's going on?
It's bizarre. Bizarre. You
It's
could
so
say.
much happening.
Bizarre.
But yes,
Yes, we're on the run. You see, and Amador's protecting me
there any way-
whilst we elope.
Well, if you guys would like, we could help.
Hmm. They look
Vaike
down to
makes
Amador,
lists to help
perhaps?
people.
I am a knight as well.
Amador looks
And I'll gladly
towards you.
translate for them.
Almost as if
He's a
you
knight
can see an
of the
emotion
Milne.
of like
Is he,
that remains to be seen.
is he trying to size me up?
Yeah, he does. He does size you up. Comes over, looks
You're
you
not
up
the
and
only knight
down.
around here, buddy. You don't even have your own
Hmm.
squire. And like me, I got my faithful squire right here.
Don't
Ain't that right, Goltic?
They
don't
gesture
sass the
towards.
regal flower, Vaike.
They gesture
Aw.
towards Gleam.
Gleam's your squire?
Hey, Bird, if it really was a regal flower, it'd be sunflower.
Hmm.
I mean, he is a pretty dandelion.
He is a dandy,
Gleam
that's for
says,
sure. Well, they are.
Yeah, I'm totally their squire. Yes, Gleam says.
That wasn't a very confident.
Roll an insight
Oh,
check.
okay, that was very confident. That was very confident. Yeah, it's pretty confident.
Yeah, apparently it's yeah. They do
Okay.
actually speak very highly. They go on
I'm
to speak
curious.
very highly of
Nah.
Amador, since
Well,
yeah, here we go.
where's
So they
Well,
say,
speaking of things, where's you left looking for Glister, did you not, Gleam? Have you had any
yes,
luck?
I'm only aware that she came here, somewhere in Yon. I've checked every other realm up to this point. Amador has been a very helpful guide through the mists. They've been able to help me navigate
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes, we
And
found paintings of you, and wait a minute, Bear's gonna reach into their bag and hand Gleam the orb that lets elves sleep. This must be yours.
oh, yes, you found some of my trinkets. I was hoping to leave them behind in case that if ever Glister went and escaped from wherever she was, that she'd perhaps find them like a breadcrumb trail and know that I was looking for her.
Well, you did it. It breadcrumbed us to you.
She smiles and says, "Oh, I'm glad they came in health." I say though,
Word of advice.
huh?
Sorry. Word of advice: breadcrumbs usually don't last very long.
Oh yeah, Garreth
No.
used
Well,
those once.
that's why I use something a little bit more permanent. I know pesky crows can steal some breadcrumbs. Oh, no offense. They look at your like dark, shadowy feathers. They can't tell that you're a chicken necessarily. But
Rooster.
yes, there is something I've been able to glean, so to speak, from coming here. Being
Mhm.
twins, we have a connection, something that allows us to see through each other's eyes. And when I do, I saw this shadowy land, a prison cell, and something of like something like bars, like there's like a door. She does seem to be well outfitted and furnished in this prison. It's not like the worst conditions, but I've never seen her leave this room. And from what I've
Mhm.
seen through the bars of that window, a storm-ridden, crackling lightning. So this must be the place. And
Well,
I came to here to investigate, seeing this massive star, I thought it might have perhaps been something that could lead me to her. She wears a sun mask, sort of like me, but the opposite. Notice, you remember?
Mm.
You helped design them.
I did.
I just thought this would be the first clue, but when we got here, I'm afraid it was another loose end.
We came here because our friend Ulric wants to try to eat it.
Yeah.
Really? That
Mhm.
sounds interesting. I've never heard of someone eating a whole pylon.
Well, you haven't heard of Ulric Ironbody then.
I guess I could see this. I want to see this actually. Give it a go if you can.
Yes.
Would you like a bardic inspiration before you do this, Ulric?
Sure, why not?
I'll give you the bardic. You can use it if you need it.
Woo.
Oh.
Do we want to check it before you take a bite? Because it seems to be.
It's surging with
electrified?
electricity.
You know, it's not like we could stop nature, you know, so it's gonna have to, nothing we can really do about it. I guess I just gotta bite it.
Roll on
as
it
is.
first. Like spit on the electrified part first, Ulric. I think that might do it.
Spit
Yeah,
on
spit on
it. All right, so
That's
spit on this thing. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
that might help a little. It slightly dissolves. You can hear a sizzling. This is gonna be bizarre.
But there's no weird reaction to it aside from that.
No, I wouldn't say yet. No, but let's see what happens
Gonna
when you
bite
start
it.
sinking your teeth into it. Yeah, okay. It didn't need much convincing.
Yep.
You bite into it and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Come on. Ugh. Yeah.
So there is an electrical discharge from it as the lightning surges up and into your jawline, but you're able to grit through it, bite down harder, and take a whole chunk out of the side of the pylon. And whilst you're being electrified fully, you can see the horns on Ulric's head turn into pylons themselves and discharge the electricity out towards the other pylons.
Oh my god.
It's like
Oh my
sparks
goodness.
dancing between the two tips.
Keep going through until it's all, Ulric.
Yeah, is the pylon done or is there still more?
Oh, there's plenty more.
Oh, I'm eating plenty more.
Okay. God.
This pylon's
Roll
going
another-
down. It's
Roll another con save.
Yes, yes.
Okay, it's working, and like a beaver, he's slowly gnawing at the side, creating an area where eventually you expect it to start to topple and lean over. You take half of 13 damage. You take like 6 lightning damage. I would say
Keep it coming.
it's gonna take at least 6 more bites, and you'll be through it. You'll drop the whole thing.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
Not
wow,
done
okay.
yet.
I'll say that counts for 2.
Double bites. So we're at 4.
That'll absolutely count for 2. Yeah, 100%.
$17,
Well,
is that good enough?
That is still a success. Yep, you're still doing good.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 8 lightning for that.
Oh yeah. Oh
Wow,
yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
As
It's
soon
just
as
a bit
he-
spicy.
As soon as Ulric
How many
leaves,
more?
I'll
How
send
many
him
more
a-
bites do I need?
I'm just trying to catch up with the damage. I think you got one more bite to do.
Okay.
I'll give when as soon as Ulric
Four.
needs it, I'll give him
5,
more HP. But
6.
now you can use your
I'll
bardic
use the bardic inspiration. It's a D8.
D8.
And what does that become? 13? Okay. So,
13.
right. Hold up then. Let me just do one more damage roll.
It's the last one. It's the very last one.
Okay, it's another 5 lightning, grinning and bearing through the pain as you bite, getting to the last chomp as this thing looks like it would probably snap with that final bite. You feel another surge that suddenly flies you backwards from it, and you skid across the ledge of stone, and suddenly you start to see a shadow meld from where you were standing, and it seems to be hovering just in that space. And as it appears, you see it too has a moon-shaped like mask.
No.
And
Hey, can you move? I was eating that.
as Gleam's shadow appears, she seems to be smirking and says, "You really are that stupid? You think you can eat this?"
Well, he has.
I mean, I was doing it before
Well-
you showed up.
Actually,
And-
no, we didn't think he can eat it. We know he can eat it. Step
He's done it
aside.
already.
We'd simply have the Briganox repair it.
Why would the Briganox fix it again?
Because that's what we tell them to do.
Sure.
I'm really scared.
Either
right now,
way,
obscurity.
your
Now that
efforts are
we've
really
been-
in vain.
You say that, but they're not.
Hey, Ulric, is it tasty?
Oh, it's so good. Hey, yeah.
See? It's not in vain. He enjoys it.
Yeah, I mean, if you could step aside and let me, finish my job, that'd be most appreciated.
Hmm. She looks at you, Ulric, and says, "You can certainly try."
Mm.
Eat
I'm
She
that
seems to be
bowl.
as soon as she
hovering.
tries to
Eat
get
that
close,
bowl. Eat that bowl. Eat that bowl.
I'm going
Oh,
to.
Ulric.
If she tries to reach towards Ulric in any way, I'm going
She-
to instantly command her to leave.
She doesn't really do that. She's already in the position where Ulric was. Like when I said they got surged back, this shadow kind of appears where they were. So Ulric, in order to get to the pole, has to move up into her
Yeah.
to sort of do it. And when that happens,
Okay,
she makes no movement. But I will need Ulric to make a wisdom save.
That's what I'm good at, thankfully.
You're not good at those.
Oh, I believe it.
You're not good
Nat
at
one?
those.
Do you
Oh
have
god.
a?
Oh god.
Do you
Ulric,
have a?
you don't think you
Do you
have
have
a
a-
Step
do you?
aside, lady.
Do you have
Oh, Lord.
inspiration, Ulric?
No, he doesn't.
I do not. That's okay. I want
Okay.
to see what happens.
So, Ulric, as you kind of climb across the pole once again, you're about to bite down into it. Gleam's shadow seems to... You seem to, like, overlap with her, and you feel this cold tinge of magic rush through you, and you see as Ulric's mouth is wide open, it kind of locks in place, and you see him lose grip of the side of the pole and is completely stunned as a result of this. And he begins to fall off of the mountain's edge into the chasm below, several hundred feet.
I'm gonna cast Earthbind on him.
Elaborate? Oh, because that makes them go to the ground slowly, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And if he's stunned, he fails the save.
He also fails it. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you have your vine kind of whip out from your hand. The hilt of... Oh, it's going for Gleam as well.
I did not mean to.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
all
mean
right.
that to Gleam.
That's cool.
But he fails. He auto
he can
fails the
auto
save,
fail.
right, Ulric?
I think he can. Yeah, it's a strength one. While stunned, he can just choose to auto fail anyway. But yeah, the binding wraps around your legs, Ulric, before you're plummeting down to the depths below. And yeah, you can just safely reduce his fall, right? Is that how it works?
He
Yeah,
falls 60 feet per round is what he falls now.
Okay,
And I'll
perfect.
jump down using my balloon to get down
Okay,
to
so-
where I'm next to Vaike.
Poor Ulric does disappear into the shadowy depths some 300 feet below. But he's
Oh, so he goes
safely
300 feet
falling.
down.
Yeah, there's a long drop.
He only goes
There's a
60
long ass drop.
He only goes 60 feet around with Earthbind up.
Right. But he's gonna be round after round. So like after 18 seconds he's really far down. Like
He's still 60 feet, someone get him.
Gleam sort of
Oh.
shrugs and says, I tried to warn him. And at this point, Gleam herself has not had a chance to react and just kind of pushes herself forward and scrambles down the cliff face. Amador also leaps into action, jumping onto her shoulder and then leaping off and drawing his rapier. Polonella hides behind you, Garreth. And she's like, Obscurity! Is that you? Please, just listen to us. I've been trying to find you as well. Not just my sister. And Gleam's shadow seems to be like, You never cared about me. You forgot all about me.
Did she?
You say this obscurity. But is that true? She just said your name.
Did she?
The very name Obscurity, it's not really a name. It's just what I am. An obscure shadow. Forgotten, cold, and alone. You're only thinking about yourself, Gleam. You always have. Isn't that why your sister left the carnival in the first place? Willingly? And Gleam's like, What? No, that's not true. And you see her definitely fighting with kind of her own emotions, Notus. You see Gleam's like a swirl of it right now, being torn at the seams.
She's just trying to taunt you, Gleam. Besides, she's no better herself.
I'm
While they're doing this,
confused.
can I run down the side of the mountain
With your spider climb.
and with my
Yes.
spider client and save my brother?
If you need, I can give you a bonus action, Mantle of Inspiration, so that you can move your movement twice.
Sure.
Totally.
I have action surge dash. I have bonus action, second wind
You-
move. I can.
You can move
I
down
can
there.
haul ass down there.
There's no like round by round thing happening right here. It seems to
Right.
be just conversation. So you can simply
Yeah.
use your movement per round, getting all the way to the bottom. You start to see Ulric is down there. You've just safely descended to the floor at this point, Ulric. Still kind of sparking a little bit, but you're okay. You didn't take any fall damage thanks to
And
thanks to
then-
Vaike.
Oh,
I will then fireman carry him all the way back up.
Obscurity.
Oh.
Cool.
Why
Just give me an athletics check,
do you
Vaike, real
subject
quick.
me to the fate that you believe yourself to have?
1 second, we'll get back to the talking in a second. Oh my god.
Okay.
13.
Well,
He's a
I gotta fix
bulky
that.
guy, and the other issue is he's still stunned up, so his body is like not limp, but rather kind of like cold to the touch. It's like he's frozen, and that shape is
17.
unwieldy to lift. But 17, you're probably gonna have to like fold his arms and like put him, like bend him into that fireman's carry position just to lift him up properly.
Mhm.
Which you can do with the
Would be
17.
difficult.
Yeah. It's not the first time you've like done some sort of back-breaking wrestling move on Ulric, and you can like bend him over your shoulder and then start climbing up. Okay.
Obscurity.
1 second before we get to that. Notice, is there anything you want to do as well during this? Since this is the
I think
individual.
she's sort of torn because she is afraid of obscurity. But I can imagine she's kind of hesitating, like with a hand on her bow, and she's probably pulled an arrow out as well. But she's not
Okay.
actually done anything with it yet.
Right, yeah. Obscurity's not really done anything hostile either, and in a way, but Baird might be right in that she's simply taunting you to make the first move, and then plans to perhaps use that against you, but in either way, she sighs and says, I did try to warn your friend, but seems he doesn't listen, nor learn from mistakes. And
There.
it seems like you haven't learnt anything either. In fact, it looks more
What
like you're
do you
fading.
mean?
Don't you feel it? Your body is fading from this world. You're becoming less and less
You-
every day.
Baird looks at her, and I think the thing about it that hits everyone is how honest this sounds from Baird, which is, I feel no different than I normally do.
This place is changing you, Baird.
You're the one who chose to do me this. You chose to enact this on someone else. Even
Why are
worse
you-
than yourself. I don't understand the hypocrisy of it, Obscurity. You act righteous here with Gleam. And yet, here I stand. Still doing that which you were unprepared to do. The right thing. And you're going to flee again like you did last time, aren't you? Unwilling to
No.
focus on the fact that
I don't need to go anywhere. But I don't need to listen to this either. And with that, you see she turns to the lightning rod, and she sort of taps her hand to her mask, and then puts her hand on the rod, and another burst of lightning surges down towards it, filling the air with light, and Baird, you momentarily vanish as this concentrated bolt is continuing to electrify the pole.
Could I try to enforce my will to remain?
You can try. You're gonna have to give me a charisma saving throw.
I believe last time it was a charisma saving throw.
Did you hear me?
I did not.
Oh, I said yes. It's a charisma saving throw. Am I cutting out?
A little
Yes.
bit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. It's a lot running at the moment, I guess. 14. 14 is not a success.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So she says, I don't have to listen to this. And Baird disappears from view as the lightning connects with the lightning rod. Herself as well seems to be more difficult to see. She's almost like vanishing in the light for a moment as well. But you can still hear her voice as you approach Vaike. She's like, and what are you going to do, brave knight? Strike me with that legendary sword of yours, or what remains of it?
No. I'm gonna finish what my brother started, and I'm gonna kick the pylon where he was biting at it, so that way it snaps.
Oh, yeah, okay. Go ahead, give me a strength, or just an attack roll would also work. Like, just because you're an unarmed strike, basically.
Hmm.
Do your punch.
Can I cast True Strike on Vaike?
Oh, he got it by the looks. He's all good, but
Uh,
that will absolutely snap it. I need you to roll me a con save as well, as you do take a little bit of electricity from the pylon.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're able to stand your ground. You don't get sent flying back, and you only take 9 points of lightning damage. As finally delivering that last blow to the pole, it snaps at the thinnest point, and the pylon goes tumbling down into the darkness where you just salvaged your brother from all that way. And
Obscurity, beat it.
Obscurity
Not in the
sees
mood
it
for
fall.
your-
Bed reappears as well. Sorry, go ahead, Vaike.
Yeah, we're not in the mood for your antics, Obscurity. Beat it.
Howard.
I thought
Not
she was
even that
looking for
powerful
me.
enough to face words. Are you planning to return?
Return where? Motherhorn. This is my
Gleam.
domain. To Gleam. Ugh. We're as separated as hither from thither. We couldn't be more different at this point. And what do you think would happen if I did go back? That we would just forget everything that happened? That I would be forgiven? That I could accept them? You can't just pretend
I'm
like
gonna-
nothing happened.
I'm going to hold out my hand and I'm just going to calmly go. If I can forgive you, anyone can.
Roll me a persuasion check, bad. With disadvantage, he's a tough nut to crack.
Can I add something? Oh, never mind.
Ooh. That one. I'm afraid. She turns to you and says, And what of you, Baird? What do you think will happen if you ever find your body again? Do you think it would be an easy process?
To exist is pain. But it's
What
a
do you mean
pain
find?
worth living.
What do you mean find his body?
You'll never be the same again. Too much has happened. You've been separated for a long, long time. You're practically different people. Two sides of the same coin. You were once one, but you can never really face each other. I would learn to accept
have
that
to.
fact before you get false hope. That's all I'm here to say, is to not get your hopes up. And that goes for you as well, Notus.
That is the biggest load of bull that's ever come out of your mouth.
Hey, Obscurity. Can you do me a
She
favor?
turns to you.
Can you get your hopes up? Because I'm going to save you. I'm going to find your body, and I'm going to make you and your sisters happy. You hear me?
You're gonna have their bodies behind you.
Points his face, takes a lots of
I'm right here,
tap on
Vaike.
Bates' shoulder, points to
Hey.
Veem. Found her!
Hi.
What?
Yeah.
You're her body? I thought you guys, there was 3 sisters.
No, that's
This is
my shadow.
Oh! Why is your shadow such an ass?
I
Why are you
into my
I don't know why she's so cruel. I don't know why she's so mean. I don't know what this place has done to you, or what Endelin has told you. But it sounds like it's her corruption, her misery that she's trying to spread. You don't need to live like that. Like Vaike says, we can save you. And Vaike, I'll let you roll a persuasion check as well, since you want to give this a try. It's still disadvantage, I'm afraid.
Not that we can save you.
Oh my god, another nat one. That's
we will
incredible.
save you.
2 attempts to try and talk to her, and both have ended in nat ones. She turns to you, and a scathing, shadowy face kind of stretches up and larger and looms over you, and she says, "And what if some of us don't want saving? What if we want to be free, separate, to follow our own lives? Not everyone is a damsel in distress, little hero."
Everyone
I
needs
have a
some
theory.
help. Every once in a while, I needed help. He needed help. She needed help. He needed help. Look at the big one laying on the ground over there. Everyone needs help. Even if you wanted to deny that fact, I'll help you. And
I
if you
don't
still want
need
to just fly
anyone's
around and be
hope.
an ass,
Yeah, go on, sorry.
you can still fly around and be an ass, but I think we're done here. I think we know the root of the problem is and how to save you. So, we'll be in contact. We'll see you soon.
She says, "Good,
It's not going to
because
change
I don't want any help, hope. I just want to be left alone."
You know you don't, Obscurity.
That's a lie.
Oh, you guys
Yeah,
heard her.
you-
She wants all the help and hope we can get, so we gotta start helping and hoping for her.
I
Jack
know it's not
says,
what you want because it's
"Yeah,
not what I
you're
want.
all right to call bullshit. I won't even let you roll an insight check. That's clearly a lie." And Jack speaks up as well and says, "Hey, misery loves company."
You decided what would happen to me, Obscurity, because you wanted someone to understand. Well, I understand you. And I'm not like you.
You see her sort of take a big gulp, even though she clearly does not need to breathe. It seems to be some sort of tell or habit from when she was alive. You can see her throat kind of rise up. And she slowly begins to back away. And,
You want people to love you like they love Gleam, don't you? You want people to care about you. You want people to notice you're there. With all your heart. You want to exist. And I don't understand how you could give this pain to someone else. There's more for you, Obscurity. And it's not this.
She sort of turns her face away, hiding behind the crescent moon, and says, "We're nothing more than shadows. Light scatter of a dying sun." And with that, there's another streak of lightning that surges across the sky. And in that flash, she herself is banished by it. But she doesn't come back after the crackling dissipates.
Gleam, how the hell did you lose your shadow, and why did it become such an ass?
Gleam kind of falls to her knees as well, just sobbing uncontrollably. "I don't know. I think it's something to do with this place or the hag.
Uh,
I guess some part of me understands her, but I didn't realize it could get this bad. That this was
there.
really my worst, darkest thoughts manifest. But I guess
I'll pat
in
her on the
some
back.
way
It's okay.
You
my
didn't
worst
want this,
fears.
Gleam.
Did you make a deal with the hag, or did your shadow just up and leave?
She says, I'll tell you when I've dried my tears.
Well,
She's I've never been as good as Glister about talking about things. I'm sort of the introvert of the pair.
well, that's okay. Take your time. Hey, Ulric, are you still alive? And I'll kick him.
Yeah. I'm,
See the-
I'm good.
Well, the
As
rest of the
you-
pylons.
Is the
You
whole
kick him.
pylon gone, or is there
It's-
still like is there still like some pylon?
There,
Up at the
yeah,
top, like a,
like wherever you were nibbling, I guess, is whatever's left. If you were like biting like here a joint, then yes, there's still like a protruding part, and that's where you like lost your footing and slipped from when you got stunned up.
I'm gonna like bolt up, and like slap Vaike on the shoulder. It's like, oh, thanks, Vaike, and then I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna finish what's left of there.
all right.
As you touch with the copper rod, it kind of grounds you, and the last bit of electricity surging of your body discharges into it, and you're able to nibble down and finish the rest of that pylon. You feel there's still a tingling on your tongue and inside your belly, almost like you ate lightning yourself. And I think even your ooze is still kind of unsure as to what's happening, but they do respond and say,
I don't know what to do with all this power, but that was definitely a surge. I'll figure out what to do with it later, I think.
Yeah, maybe you can make it shoot out of my horns or something cool.
That does sound cool.
There'll be more pylons.
you start to see a little bit of a pseudopod looking out of your like mouth, looks left, looks right towards the nearest pylon. And yeah, everyone can see there's like a slight zapping, sparking nature to the ooze that's on it. Similar to what like is over the pylon here, but yeah. Okay. The rest of you guys, you see Amador is comforting Gleam as well, and Pollinella
I
too.
will comfort Bird. It's all right,
Hmm.
champ. It's crazy that you're like a shadow. You know, who would have thought? That means we just got to find your body, not your name. You know, sort of makes our job easier, right? Garreth, help me out here. I'm terrible at consoling people. I don't know what to say.
Well, I know how hard it is to be separated from your twin.
She nods.
Technically, this means Bird's body is their twin?
I'm not
I
a
know.
shadow. Just feel like one.
We'll get you guys
Just
reunited.
because you feel like a shadow doesn't mean you are a shadow. You can be whole again when you're reunited with your other self. And you might have been one person before. Doesn't mean you have to be one singular person to be a whole person. After meeting each other, maybe you can become two whole person people.
If what Gleam said is right, about worst fears made manifest.
Well, but
Maybe it's
you
worth
and,
forgetting about.
well, you and Gleam are different though, because this is Gleam's body, and obscurity is her shadow. But this is your shadow, and light's your body. So your light's worst fears manifested.
No,
No?
at least I don't think so.
Well, are you light or are you the shadow?
Both?
Both? It can't be both.
Are you fake Ironheart, or are you fake Monarch of the Witchlight Carnival?
Whoa. That's a loaded question.
Why can't you
I'm
be
fake.
both?
Well, I can be both, but that's a little different, right? Look at him. He's like see-through. I'll put my hand behind him. You can see my hand on the other side of him.
Why can't they both be lights?
Well, they both are light, but one of them's a body, one of them's a
Yes.
shadow, right?
Yeah?
So is he the
Just
shadow or is
because
he the
he's-
body?
Well, he has a body.
Well, he's the shadow, right?
Is he?
Look at him.
Can you touch his shadow?
Can I touch Bird?
Yes. Sorry, you can try to. They are translucent and almost ethereal. It's like feeling a thick kind of fog between your fingers. It's barely even
And it
perceptible.
Where
And when I-
where do you
when-
touch them, Vaike?
just put a hand on his shoulder.
I think
cold.
that as you do, yeah,
Thanks. Does this remind me of when I punched Obscurity in the face?
Yes,
This
absolutely.
feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ulric
Yeah,
just
I'm
felt it as
pretty-
well, to the extreme.
I'm pretty sure this is the shadow. So if he's a shadow, then he's a personification of all the worst things of
Oh wow.
Of
Yeah,
light.
put it like that, Vaike.
Whoa, hey,
Wow.
Jack.
he just must be the worst, I guess, right? Well,
Look, that is
good
not how
job,
I.
good job, Vaike.
that
Yeah, you
is
weren't
not
kidding
what
when
I
you said
meant
you're
in
bad
any-
at consoling people, huh?
Look, I don't see any. Look, our friend needs help, but I don't see anyone else stepping up to help. Okay, so I'm trying my best here. All right, sue me. Okay.
I'll see you in court.
All I'm trying to say here is
You know what?
we're gonna
Fair.
reunite you. We're gonna reunite Bird with his body, right? That's what we're gonna do, everybody.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a little.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
Also,
Sorry.
I'm in favor of reuniting light with her shadow.
Juniper,
Yes, I'm in
let's
favor
have
of
a
reuniting
who?
Light with his shadow.
Who?
If it is my worst fears, I don't want you all to see that.
It'll be fine. We've all dealt with everyone's worst fears already. We're in this together. There's no going back. You're just lucky it's not my worst fears. Because there'd be a giant dragon flying around eating everybody.
Oh my god.
And we'll help you too, Gleam. We'll get Obscurity back. We'll help Obscurity. I don't know how.
Oh, I would be in your debt. I'm just
I hate how everyone
little-
always says that. In your debt.
well, I don't want to say thank you. That'd be rude.
Yeah, you can say it. I say it all the time.
You shouldn't.
So
It's-
no one's
It
killed
was
me yet.
heartbreaking that she barely
Uh-huh.
even acknowledged
Yes.
me. She didn't even talk to me directly.
It's because if she did, she'd have to confront it.
But thanks for sticking up for me, and I think you did still get through to her a little bit, but she just refuses to listen. It's no fault of yours. I think she's been stuck in this headspace for a long time. Maybe she is afraid of
At least
something.
8 years.
don't know what, but
Longer than 8 years.
and Notus, you definitely saw as she was kind of backing away, there was a fear within them, which is hard to say. It's hard to tell when they are a shadow and there's a black aura around them, which represents for you like a fear. But there was something there. What she's afraid of specifically, you're not sure, but yeah, same could be right, and that it's a just simply the confrontation, or it could be something else.
Well, that was a nice detour we took for Ulric to eat a pylon.
I'd like to think so.
Right? All of that was because you wanted to eat a pylon, all right.
Well, everyone else
I
got
think-
to eat a pie.
Yeah, I think it was good. Oh, that's actually true. You know, I never did get to eat it. You know,
Eat what? Eat what?
I never got to eat the pylon.
Or
Oh
just
my god.
do you
Ulric,
want
Okay.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna go walk down, pick the pylon up, and carry it back up for it.
If you could.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
could. Why don't you try consoling your friend, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
God.
thanks, Vaike. You know, it means a lot. If you could lift the pylon and bring it up here, I'd appreciate that.
You could just say thanks.
No, I can't.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
One more
There's nothing stopping you.
time, and
Uh,
I'm gonna kick you off the
Kick
mountain.
Thanks. Thank you, Garreth.
Get him in the mushroom.
I'm already spider climbing down. I'm already
Oh.
spider climbing down. You can't stop me.
he just starts running down. Running sideways down the wall like yeah. Ulric, you see Vaike Vaike returns with the pylon. It's heavy as all hell, but you know the sun shape at the end does kind of look like a cake, and yeah, you can start just biting down on it, eating the rest of it. It's no longer electrically charged now either, and I'll say as you're eating this and enjoying the thought of this being a pie, you can now manifest pylons out of your tray of many pies. If you want, if you want to summon a pylon,
Oh no,
you
it's
can.
a pylon.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it like a metal pie?
Yes. It's a pylon. It's
It's pylon. The same way it
Mhm.
was a key because of key lime pie. It's also a pie
Yes.
because it's a pylon.
wordplay.
Well,
But
Blame. What's your plan now?
Oh, right. I want to find my sister, and of course my shadow. I think that attempt proved that I'm perhaps not ready to figure that part out. But if I can find Glister, then I'll be closer to at least fixing one problem in my life. Amador
Well,
here
do
has
I have
promised
the-
to help.
I have the business proposition of a lifetime for you. So
Mhm.
get this. We're having our own carnival here, and we're inviting everybody from Prismere. So that means your sister and your shadow are invited, so they could both turn up to the carnival.
Oh, really? You're doing your own carnival?
Yeah.
I'll for
Yeah.
sure be there.
Yeah, do you want to? And Notus is going to be doing some tightrope walking. Did you want to do it with Notus?
She looks thrilled at this idea. She's like, "Yes, of course. I love wire work."
Oh, it's called wire work. Oh, sorry, I'm not in the know. Notus, does that sound like a good idea?
Sounds like fun to me.
Perfect. We're getting everything situated at the Marble Corrid clan place. Directions don't work here, so good luck finding them.
Just go to where the.
That's all right. Amador here is an excellent guide. They seem to know Yon from the highest peaks to the lowest valleys. And Amador puts their hands on their hips and gives a big nod with their flowery head, sending some pollen into the air.
Amador, do you know where the Golden Windmill is?
You see their little flowery head spins around and looks towards you. And they seem to weigh it up in one hand and then weigh it up in another. Sort of like, maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Look, Amador, if you could use it, we could really use this information, man, if you could help us out.
They look towards Gleam. They've sworn to help me, but look, these guys, the Jumping Junipers, are willing to help me. They've already promised that.
What else could we do, Gleam?
She looks down at Amador. She seems to look back at Polynella and Amador back at like all exchange looks, and they say, I guess because Amador's on the run with Polynella, you could help with that. There's a little complication. It's why we've been on the move for a while, not trying to stay in one place at a time. I guess.
Are you being followed?
She nods. She says the hive is chasing after her. They can sense their queen. It's like there's an unmistakable, what's the word, scent? I'm not too sure exactly.
Jake doesn't know the word.
Yeah, Gloltic's like, pheromones. We use them when we're in mating season. Frogs emit a pheromone as well. It's irresistible. Yeah.
Okay, Goltic.
Oh, right. That's it. Pheromone. They must be chasing her with that.
Oh.
So they're on their way here right now.
You said scent?
Yep. The longer we stay
So-
here, the longer they will. The sooner they will arrive. And Polynella is still able to speak to Baird and says, "Oh, and don't forget that awful tyrant, the honey stealer."
Well,
Go. So Zay, you wanted to try and do something
do you
to
want us?
rid the sin?
We could talk to them. If
Fifth
you would
level
like us to.
Druidcraft allows you to remove any scent from a willing creature.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
We
that
could,
would solve that
gladly-
issue.
and if they do show up, we can gladly speak to them.
Oh, I was like, do you guys want us to just beat them up?
If it comes to blows, we can. But
Because we could just wait here, and then just beat them up when they show up.
gives me a chance to talk.
Mhm.
And you
That
guys
is-
could go ahead to safety.
That is one solution. Would that work, Amador? If they help out, would you then tell them where to go? Or any information about Yon? And Amador agrees to this, and they offer out a little petal-like hand, like a stem, to shake on it.
Mm.
I will outstretch a thorny hand and shake on it.
They look down at your hand that's equally plant-like, and they like tilt their head for a moment, and they shake it even harder, as if that is something they can get behind.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm starting to like this guy.
Okay then. So what's the plan? Garreth offers the idea to get rid of the trail and have them disappear effectively, as long as they're with them, or you can wait here and deal with the problem head on, because you know they're probably going to arrive at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
and catch up to
what
them.
we could do is we can take the smell off of Pollinella, have her hide, and then the bees will come here because this is the last spot she was at.
Yeah.
We talk to
And
them.
we jump them, talk to them, whatever,
Got it.
however you want to put it.
Yep. Okay.
And that way Pollinella's safe. And we'd have Pollinella hang out with Lord Buffont, royalty. Or no, Lord Buffont, will he eat them?
Lord Buffont is completely fine with bees, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
They're not tyrant. They're not tyrant frogs. So
I'm assuming the dandelion will help us fight. Gleam, are you gonna help us fight?
Would it come to blows?
I do have some magic. The blessing of the moon has given me some powers and blessed ourselves with magical abilities of moonlight and sunlight, respectively. I think we
That's
were
pretty
born
cool.
on.
Yeah, we could use you in a fight.
I think our parents said that we were born in a special celestial event. I think it was.
Wait. Gleam. You're the answer we've been searching for.
I am?
You're the answer we've been searching for. You're gonna be the eclipse. You're the moon.
Oh. That's it. Eclipse. That's my parents said we were born on.
When the moon obstructs the sun, creeping Lynn will come undone. Dude, that's you.
She smiles. I'm excited. I don't know what the meaning of this is, but I'm really excited. If I can help in a way,
You're
I'll
our
be down to
secret
help.
weapon against Endolin.
Wow.
We just gotta reunite you and your sister.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Technically speaking, that means obscurity could also be used for that same purpose.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyways, good to have you on our side, Gleam.
Either Gleam or Obscurity needs to outshine Glisten.
Glister?
Maybe they need to
That's gotta be hard. Glisten.
Or maybe when they reunite.
But
Wow.
Let's just try to make a difference.
Okay. In that case,
let's
then.
wait for the bees.
Yeah, you're gonna hide Pollinella and Amador somewhere. Well, Amador doesn't want to hide. He wants to be ready.
Yeah,
but you want to use Druidcraft and get rid of these strange pheromones. Yes.
Yeah.
My echo isn't working. I can't make an echo.
Oh, yeah. So that probably was something that broke in the whole thing. But I've got.
So so just so I
sure.
make sure I understand the relationship between Pollinella and Amador, is they are eloping as in love? Question mark.
Gleam, yes,
is this like
confirms
that
this.
kind of story?
Yep.
They said they're eloping. Okay. I just want to make sure I understand it if I need to.
Amador freed Pollinella from a big tyrant and honey stealer, and they also wanted to get away from all the responsibilities of the hive. But yes, they were in love, and they decided to run away together, and they've been chased ever since.
Okay.
And
but yeah,
okay.
I'm completely fine with the party wants to, with waiting and either confronting it in a fight or at least trying to talk to it. Whatever is first, see if it's something we can negotiate. But Notus, you would see that like the emotion Baird feels is more defeated than even like normal. They seem to have almost shut down.
It's still muted stuff, just in case. You were saying anything?
No, I know.
Okay.
I just don't really know what to do about it at the moment.
That's fine. I'm more making you aware because you would know the mask.
So what does Garreth Druidcraft actually look like? How does he rid them of scent? Like a vacuum or something?
I'm not sure if it looks like anything. It's like a okay. It's probably something like a puffy cloud that just falls down. How do I describe it? It's if you envision smell like a scent covering an object, it just poofs out and falls down.
Oh, okay. So it's like a
like
you're
like
adding
like
some
like a like a Dandelion losing their fluff
petals. Oh, a
petals.
dandelion.
Seeds.
Right, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
A dandelion losing their seeds, yeah. So yeah, they just
yeah, but
suddenly
instead of spreading, it just falls down.
perfect. Okay, yeah. Strange little fuzz just flops away, and Pollinella is now fluttering their wings, tilts their head, and they seem to be odorless.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
How
hey,
peculiar.
check. Come over here.
Huh? Yeah.
Check. And snaps their fingers and tries to see if the fallen off spell starts to Jack.
But you're not putting that on me.
We got bait, boys!
Wow.
And imagine Jack covered in bee stripes.
What the heck? Yeah, it's just like an orange and black pumpkin striped. And there's like little bits of fuzz on him as well. I look moldy.
Oh no, that's pollen.
And I'm gonna be cosplaying a bee now? What if that thing comes for me? And what if they know it's not the real queen and they start to sting me?
What? You think they can catch you?
That's true. All right. Fine. You want me to sit up here? He flutters over towards the road.
You guys literally would see just Baird staring like blankly, like down the road, like just standing there.
Gleam and Pollinella go down several ledges, and they're going to hide near this sort of charred tree section. They're completely out of sight.
Do we have time for a short rest?
You will,
Really?
yes. You can have a short rest if you need. But
Ulric?
it's Ulric can probably benefit from one as well. He's taken so much damage in the last 24 hours. He's still got hit dice to spend. That's the question.
I am
That's
going
my
to point
last
out the
one.
time.
Yeah. I'm gonna end it
It's a good
in
time to end.
just 60 seconds. But yeah, after the end of this hour, you start to hear a distant buzzing. As sure enough, it seems as though something is closing in on the scent of Pollinella. and you see this flurry of swarming insects enter into the fray, and they're all buzzing around Jack. And Jack's like, ah, ah,
I would recast
They're here.
just to make sure I have it.
and following that sound of buzzing is also these heavy footfalls. The sound of crashing feet against stone approaches the group, getting louder and louder and faster and faster. And as you see a giant lumbering creature
Oh
with
my
a
God.
single eye approaches the group, they too have a swarm of bees
So cool.
flurrying around them. And they've got this beekeeper's outfit. And in their hand, they've got this big crooked staff with a hive hanging from it that there's this immense buzzing sound coming from. It's just buzzing and continuously. This pestering swarm. But that is where we will end tonight's session, as this thing comes into view. The Cyclops beekeeper. All right. So thank you guys for playing. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
And yeah, bye-bye for now.
Next week.
Bye.